All right, welcome. We're here. We're live. We're ready to go. We're discussing internet slang, but we're ready now.
Mogging. We're mogging. We're all
hate whatever
mogging.
mogging is. I hate whatever
Behind the guys, I'm mewing right now behind the camera. I'm mogging the fuck out of everybody. You just can't see.
No, but I'm mewing, so I'm
Oh, but
you.
my mog is I'm more chiseled than you though.
But I'm
my
looks
cheekbones
maxing.
are sharper. But I'm looks maxing right now too, Gabby. Let's fight.
You guys get it now? Does it make sense?
Yeah, do you guys understand?
Does it make any more sense at all now, Rika?
No, not
That's
really.
alright.
Rika,
Okay,
Rika,
yeah,
I'm,
fair
right,
enough.
I'm right there with you, Rika.
Okay.
We'll be on this side, non-mogging, because I don't know what this means.
Nah, you gotta
I
mog.
will be over here non-mogging.
I've never heard of this, and I thought, I don't know. I thought I was pretty internet savvy, or however you say. My goodness.
That's okay, Rika.
Nah, Rika, you're not chronically online enough.
Oh, I guess not. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
All right, welcome back to Gaunt Schooled anyway. We're back. We're ready to play. I'm excited. This is a really stupid thing to get excited about, and no one else will share my excitement. But for a long time now, I've always been like, this dang Roll20 chat. It's just too small for the audience to see, for the chat at home to see. Like, I want it on screen so you guys can see the rolls and stuff, but like the actual text that you guys are typing, too small. Can't see it. But if I would zoom in on the actual web page, then it would zoom everything in and just kind of ruin everything and look really bad. So there's really no solution. There's no option in Roll20 to make the text chat bigger, which there should be. Roll20, by the way, if you're watching the stream, there should be. But I fixed it. I fixed it myself. I now have an HTML script to run that just purely makes that text a little bit bigger when I hit it. I have a dedicated button to make the text chat readable. So it is solved now, to an extent. If I refresh, it will go back tiny again, but for now we fixed it. So we'll see if that helps out. I'm very curious. Can somebody do a quick roll for me? Because I'm really curious to see how that looks. Because I'm not tested that yet. I wonder if that's bigger. Oh, it is a little bigger, yeah. All right. Solution acquired. We did it, chat. Let's go.
How does Sarisa have +2 strength? Sorry, I just...
So Sarisa and Kegox canonically have the same strength modifier.
That's so funny, bro!
It's amazing.
Sarisa is one of the tanks of the party. She doesn't act like it very often, but she is technically stats-wise a tank.
It's true. Surprise, everyone.
You might not guess that at home, chat, if you were looking at the little snake hiding in the corner, but Sarisa is the tank.
Surprise!
But anyways, we're ready to go. I'll show you guys this this nice big chat. Absolutely huge. Look at that! Isn't that so much nicer? Look, see? Ooh, so much bigger. Beautiful.
Heck yeah.
It's only taken me 5 years to solve that problem.
So I don't mean to be that guy, but I think Sarisa and I used our Bardics when we did that strength off or whatever.
Yeah, you probably did.
Oh, yeah, you did.
You guys can remove them too if I don't remember.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't know I had access to that. Okay.
Yeah, you just click the little I don't actually know what it's supposed to be, to be honest with you. It's kind of just a circle with another circle. It's a little bit of a shiny orb.
Did they add more status options? Because there's like a bunch now.
I added more status options.
Yeah.
Ow.
What the? Oh,
Thank
mounted.
you.
I was like, me when I become the knight.
Mounted?
That's what it says.
Say
That's
mounted?
Like, yeah, like if you're
to
on
show
like
that
a
you're on,
mount.
like, a
Yeah.
horse.
All right, I gotta stop myself.
Olivia, don't let your dirty mind.
There's no
Ruin
other
this for us.
possible way to use that phrase, so I
Yeah,
don't know what you could possibly be thinking of.
yeah, of course. Yep.
I like this one
Yep.
a lot. This is a good
Mhm.
emote.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
I just called it an emote, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, you
Like
can
it came
use them
Final
like
Fantasy 14.
emotes if you want
Me when something
To-
shocking
to
happens.
display an emotion.
This is Antina right now.
I
Does work.
get
Anyway,
back pain.
let's.
Hold on, there's one with arrows in it. That's Kegox. Hold on.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
think I pulled all
real.
those arrows out.
real.
Yeah, it's right there. That one.
Let's get
Oh,
back
no.
into it. So, previously on Gaunt's Gold, the party, who are slowly but surely working their way towards a heist, they plan to rob the slightly sketchy noblewoman, Lady Gwendolyn Gaunt. And in order to do so, they need to make a very elaborate plan. And so, after casing the joint and figuring out who might be willing to ally with them in their little endeavor, the party have gotten to work preparing for the heist, finding resources, building a bomb to blow their way into one of the vaults, and doing a little bit of work to help some of their potential allies. And in their most recent little escapade, their B&E and their D&D, they were looking to solve an instance of blackmail that had occurred. The local church was being blackmailed by a mysterious anonymous source, with the letters of blackmail only being delivered by a third party. And the church was being blackmailed because they had received a rather sizable donation that had turned out to come from rather illegitimate means. It was pirate gold that was donated, and so they were being threatened to have that revealed to the general public. And if they did not hand over the amount of money that they felt was owed, the anonymous blackmailer was owed. And so the party looked into it and found the source of the blackmailing to be located in an old tavern that was once a pirate ship permanently moored in the Wash, the sketchier district of Marin Hall. And in the middle of the night, they broke into the Knife's Edge, the tavern, and made their way below deck to the off-limits section of the tavern, and found an illicit alchemy lab where weapons were being made to be sold to the highest pirate bidder. And so they found, after a bit of a skirmish, the source of the blackmail to be one Captain Hanlon, who did not last very long after Anthena realized that she recognized these pirates. They were people she'd met before. And the group of them had screwed her over in the past, and was part of the reason she was in that prison caravan at the beginning to begin with. So, in the aftermath of that, only one of the pirates made it out alive, but the party, now faced with quite a lot of dead bodies on their hands and a sleeping troll bodyguard outside, now have to make a moderately hasty retreat. So, the four of you, what would you like to do?
Guys, I totally forgot about that troll.
I think we should make our moderately hasty retreat. Maybe.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Or
Only
Right,
moderately,
idea.
though.
You
Only
can stay here
moderately.
all night if you
Only
want. You can see what happens when he wakes up.
Yeah.
We can take him.
but
You say we can
what
take
about,
him?
What about the bodies? I'm kind of like.
Should we put him in the barrels?
Oh my!
Oh, wait, that's smart. It's like acid. Let's do that.
I mean,
Oh my!
Burn the
I-
bodies. Burn
And
them.
Thea did not suggest that, but me, Gabby, the player, has suggested that.
That's a good idea.
I did tuck the one body over here rolled up in the rug.
Oh yeah, he is in the rogue.
So
Yeah. Hanlon is.
I'll put them in the cupboards.
Oh my god! Put them in the cupboards.
Yeah, all right.
Hey.
Just this whole
So, but,
campaign, I just have
onward.
in the back of my head, like, like a detective and their partner, just like going through the aftermath of this campaign.
That'd actually be really cool. I'm not gonna lie. An aftermath where it's just a detective. Like, why did they put the bodies in the cupboard?
Do these
knows?
windows open?
No
Um,
shot.
I mean, they're more akin to portholes on a ship.
Do
Probably-
these portholes open?
Are we underwater?
They're just sort of like just above the surface of the water. They're to let light kind of stream in for the below decks part. They open. They're latched kind of tightly, like they have like a secure latch to stop any water from splashing in. But they do open, though they are absolutely too small to fit a body through.
Dang it.
A whole body.
A whole body.
Oh my
Yeah. Correct.
I think that'll be too time consuming, no?
It would be.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them in the cupboard. I was like I didn't know what to do with them. If we need to hide them, I will put them there. You three should escape. I will be behind you.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to put the bodies in the cupboard. He says as he's like almost in single digit hit points.
Oh. Hold on. Do I have any spells left for you?
Yeah, I was about to check as well.
Yeah, take one of these. Oh, shit. It's not a lot, but it's something.
You will need them more than I will. But thank you.
She kind of like puts her hands on you and like, you know, heals you.
I mean, do we have to put them in the cupboard? Can we just kind of just, I don't know, lay them on?
Someone is going to find them. This was not clean. But I will put them in the cupboard and I will be right behind you. I promise.
Oh, okay, I got. They're going in the cupboard. Okay.
And I'm gonna put this guy in this cupboard and this guy in this cupboard.
Oh, he's picking cupboards for them.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Well, they're both not going to fit in the same cupboard.
Yeah,
Detectives
come on,
will
Olivia.
Oh,
definitely
you're right. I'm
never
sorry.
check
I'm
the
sorry.
cupboard.
No. Detectives notably never checked cupboards.
Yeah, they've
speaking
never
of which-
checked cupboards before
Well,
ever.
looks
Speaking
like
of which,
they
so-
just disappeared. All this blood on
Yeah.
the ground. Looks like they
Huh,
disappeared.
what happened to him?
No,
Well,
I was
they're
told
gone.
they're too small to fit through a porthole, so cupboards it is.
They are. You can chop them up if you want. You can dunk them in acid, but
No, I'm not
I
gonna
ain't
do
fitting
that.
in that portal.
Kegox being a hunter, I know that the best way to cover my tracks is to have the least amount of people
Cupboard,
handle
of
something.
course.
No, I want the least amount of people to handle things, and I don't want Leah, Anthena, and Sarisa to be incriminated in this, if need be.
But speaking of
More
which,
so.
can I cast Unseen Servant to kind of help, I don't know, clean down various things that we touched, might have our fingerprints on, just kind of like, I don't know how much it can clean up. I'm sure it can't get rid of the entirety of the blood on the floor, but just maybe help a little bit. Simple tasks. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know that anybody's gonna be fingerprinting the place.
Just is fingerprinting not available in the in the world of Marinol? They don't have fingerprinting technology.
Yeah, do they? Do they not?
I mean, we've never really done.
Isn't there
any
dust of
true
detection or something
detective
like
work, But I'm sure there's some sort of magic item that exists, but I don't know if it's regular practice. I think they'd more just look at the blood on the ground and be like, "Yeah, somebody killed these guys."
Okay. Well, my unseen servant can clean up the blood. Here, I cast. Get a long description of what it can do.
I'll have to tweak this. I did this like a couple minutes before stream, so I don't have a chance to really tweak my little edit that I made to the text box, but it's not
Oh gosh,
too
wait,
legible for that.
Oh no!
Yay, we're testing it! Don't worry,
We're
Grant,
testing it. We're testing
Yeah.
it.
Sorry, I know what the spells do, so you don't need to hit them.
So fair. It's satisfying to me that it takes up
on its own, but anyways, yeah, you can use your unseen servant to tidy up a little bit. I mean, it is like an illicit drug lab, so like a weapons
Yeah,
lab,
yeah.
so like it's not
You
like
know.
it's gonna be clean, but you can clean
No,
it
of
with your
course not.
presence.
Yes, we want to get rid of what we did, not all of the illegal things happening in here.
Very well. Yeah, you can take a moment to do that if you want. I mean, probably not going to be able to repair the door that got ripped off its hinge, but
Yeah, that's
Kagax, you
okay.
busy yourself shoving some
Yes.
bodies in the closet. And Thena, you leave your uncertain servant behind to tidy up a little bit. And the others, do you make your way out?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else.
Very
No.
well.
Can I lift up this rug?
Didn't you guys do that the other time?
Did
Haven't
we?
done that already?
Did we? I don't remember if we did.
We
Like-
might have.
Maybe we might have.
Might have. Did
I think
anything
we did
change?
because we were worried about rug mimics, but I think that was a meta thing.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a mimic. Oh god.
Yeah, it is a mimic. This time
We're
it's a
screwed.
mimic. It was a very patient mimic.
Yeah. Playing the long
course.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long con.
Alright, so Kagax,
Mhm.
you're still down there. The others, you make your way back up. I'll turn your aura off.
Yeah, that's not there anymore, guys. Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
My pass without trace.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Ooh.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. It's fine. I'm just thinking, do I still have the key that we used to get through the trapdoor?
I
Yeah.
thought you put it away. Oh wait.
I
Well,
put the
I-
box away, but
You
I
put the
kept
box
the
away,
key.
but yeah. You do also have
Okay.
the keys that you took off the guys down there,
Right.
who
Oh,
also were able of unlocking the trapdoor. So like
okay.
you do have 2 keys now.
Okay, I would put the keys that we took from underneath the bar back.
So that was over here.
And then, yes, and make sure that is the same way that it was. And then I'll keep the keys that we took from them. And then we still have the key to get in the front door, which we're just going to drop outside, I think. Does that sound right to everybody?
Yeah, I think we're gonna like drop it near the alleyway. Was
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like he like dropped his keys. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, now we just have to sneak past this guy.
Yeah, so Anthony, you go
Yeah.
and tuck that back away. The others, what do you do? Kagax is still down tidying up the bodies. Leah, Sarisa. It's
I
still-
don't know.
Dark in here. It's still the middle of the night. There's nobody in here. So everything is much as you left it.
Wait, didn't you find like a snake-looking
Oh
staff?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I-
Leah's just been kind of carrying that the whole
Leah's just
time.
been carrying that around here.
Yeah.
Right. Sarisa might have been eyeballing it here and there. Like, ooh, that's a snake.
Does she say that out loud?
No, but if you watch Sarisa, she's kind of like trying to hide the fact that she keeps glancing at it, but she's not really
Right.
good at it.
Hold on. Let me roll a perception check for Leah. See if she notices this. Side eye. Well, she rolled an 8. She's just like,
How
I should
bad
maybe
at-
show this to Teresa at some point.
It sure is a
Probably
strange
not now, though.
worm-shaped staff.
Yeah, yeah.
It has
Maybe
nothing
now's
to
not
do
a good
with
time.
snakes at all.
Leah's busy cleaning blood out from underneath her fingernails. That's what she's doing.
You
Yeah,
didn't have to perform an
yeah.
autopsy.
your
It wasn't a very
unseen servant
sterile
has
autopsy.
has a lot of work to clean up all that blood.
Sorry,
Oh.
dang.
2
My
autopsies were
mistake.
performed down there with no table, so there's just like blood everywhere.
So sorry.
Yeah, maybe Teresa will see all this blood and be like, so what are we gonna do about this here? And she's like just motioning at all the blood on you.
Only just kind of like gives herself a once over, and she's like, you know, honestly, I hadn't really thought about that. Probably should've.
Yeah, it's the wee bit apparent that you didn't think.
I mean, I suppose I could just strip, right?
What?
I just turn my clothes inside out.
I don't. Teresa just lets out
Yes,
this
turn your
really
clothes
big.
inside out.
She like kind of starts rubbing her temples, right, with her fingers. She's like, "That's not going."
Leah is actively turning her clothes inside out.
Very well.
Leah, your clothes are soaked. That's not going to work.
Is there blood all the way through her clothes?
I mean, it's not as though you're wearing like anything blood repellent.
True, but she also has like the wherewithal to not get blood all over her. Like, I mean, her arms, sure, but
I
like
mean,
the front.
Yes, but you didn't take an hour to drain those guys of their
That's
blood
true.
before you cut them
That's
open.
true.
So when
Okay,
you hack
yeah,
those guys'
alright.
chests open, the entire floor would be full with blood.
Okay, all
So-
right. Well,
So like,
for sure, not
so,
that
like,
much blood.
yeah, you're pretty bloody right now.
There's an ocean outside.
If I cast disguise self, will that
Disguise
hide
yourself
that?
as you, but clean.
yeah? Can I do that?
I don't really see any reason why that wouldn't work. You might most likely still leave a blood trail from your
Yeah,
your robes
sure.
that are blood soaked, but
All right, Leah's just gonna strip, and
And then what?
she's gonna give Anthena the clothes to put in one of her pockets.
it's just like
What the fuck?
All right.
Can the unseen servant clean your clothes? Things
I mean-
maybe not without them. It could clean
Yeah,
the blood trail,
it
but
would need
I don't know.
it would need like the stuff to clean it.
Yeah.
It's just like summoning an invisible butler. It can do what an
Would-
invisible
would-
guy would do. So it can't just like
Would-
magically go boom clean.
Yeah, boom,
You
boom.
need to give it
Yeah,
like
would-
water and some soap or something to clean stuff.
Are Anthena's pockets capable of holding clothing? Like big
I
enough to hold that?
I don't
Man.
think so. I don't know.
I don't remember
There's
if
a
I
lot of
specified,
pockets.
to be honest.
There's it's a
Like-
lot of pockets that you can't see from the outside, but I don't know if they're like pockets of holding type situation. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I don't
there's
think that they
no-
like
There's no
hold more
pocket
than
of
a
holding,
pocket
but
would.
they can be like dismissed at will. You can kind of hide them on the dress.
Oh, I see. I
They're sort of
understand.
like hold out pockets essentially.
I understand.
I mean, I also have like a satchel. Most of the things I've been noted as carrying would not fit in those pockets, so I've got something.
Yeah, I just assume that you guys
Yeah.
all have kind of packs that you carry with you.
Yeah,
so.
but then the bag would be like soaked, wouldn't it? That's the problem. It's just gonna get everywhere.
I think we just need to throw these clothes into the sea.
Yep, that's the plan.
What's Leah's gonna? What's
Leah's
Leah
butt-ass
gonna wear?
naked. He's walking
She would
outside
disguise herself with clothes
as
on.
having
Yeah.
clothes on. Yes, that's
Yeah.
the secret. Is Leah's gonna cast disguise self as her with clothes on, and then strip.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough, I guess.
Was
So
Yeah,
she
Leah's
knows she's
doing
naked,
this
but
right
nobody
now.
else knows.
Is she
Well,
doing
I'm sure she would do this in front of you, so I'm assuming you would be like, why are you taking off your clothes when you have how are you doing that?
Well,
How are you doing that?
Very well. You take your clothes off, and what do you do with them?
She
Shove them in your bag, or
wait,
what?
oh, she had an idea. She's can I go back downstairs and toss these into like one of the acid things?
Yeah, you can run back down.
Okay.
make sure to
Yeah.
empty all your pockets.
Oh yeah, Leo takes out everything that she's got. Obviously, the only thing she's throwing in
presume
there
you're
is
not leaving stuff behind.
clothes. Yeah,
We're leaving the oh god, what's it called? The powder.
the room powder was left in the
Yeah,
in
no,
That's
you
going in the
safely
acid.
was left
tucked
in the
into
room.
corner
Yeah.
of the attic.
yeah.
Of
No,
the
it's
Yeah,
going in
but
the
no.
acid.
The only thing Leo is throwing in the acid are like the physical clothes. Like
Yeah.
all of the stuff that she has is still like.
Yeah, I
She's
wouldn't.
got it.
I would assume
Yeah.
you would keep all your.
Is
important
Leah the
stuff.
only one like soaked in blood? Like
I mean,
Cerisa probably has nothing because Cerisa
I think
doesn't.
Cerise's good.
No, Cerisa- No, I got hit with like an arrow, I think.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, with that
Okay.
barrage.
So
that
you have your own blood on you.
yes.
Yeah, I think
But with Leo's, it's like
everybody's a little
yeah.
battered, but nobody's like dripping blood because nobody sat in the blood puddle.
Right.
Except for Leo.
Except for
Except for
I don't know.
Cerese.
I did get peppered with a bunch of arrows. Are you sure I'm not bloody?
Yeah, but at the same time, if we went by real logistics, you would have bled out by now, where you were dead. So
Yeah, that's
your
true.
he-
That's
we're
true.
saying that your healing magic has stopped you from actively bleeding out. Therefore, I would say you're not dripping blood behind you.
Okay.
Cerisa will
Anyways.
hold on to that staff with the snake on it. While you're empty.
Yeah, Leah gives Teresa all of her like junk to hold. She's like, "Here, take this."
Ooh.
Yeah. So the staff that you're handed is sort of like it's a long wooden cane.
Ooh.
That's kind of like neatly lacquered with sort of a dark shine to it. But the head and the very like end of it, so where you might put it down on the ground as a cane, that very tip, and also the part that you'd hold kind of up higher, are both made of gold.
Ooh.
And the head part at the top of the cane is shaped like a snake's head, with its fangs out, bared. And it does have a decent heft to it. It's pretty heavy because it's got a big metal headpiece. So I would let you use it as a mace if you wanted to swap it out.
Yes.
Since I know you
Yes,
use a
please.
mace anyway, so I would let you use it in place of your mace, but it has other stuff to it.
Ooh, other stuff.
Hmm.
Ooh, like what?
Well, I don't know that Leah figured out what they were probably using it for, but I don't think she explained it to you.
No,
She
she's
figured it out in her mind. So you can ask Leah about it when she comes back.
Yeah. Cerisa forgot that she stripped down naked and she's just admiring this staff now.
respect.
So we'll say that Leah, you go back down and toss your clothes in one of the acid barrels. You find one of the one that's kind of upright, or actually there was one that they were kind of currently actively making stuff in. So you could probably just open the stopper on that and just shove it in.
Okay, then yeah, she's gonna do that.
Yeah, there's sort of like a hiss of steam that comes up from it as the clothes begin to dissolve in the acid. But Kagax, by then you're done packing up the body, so the two of you can make your way back up the ladder together.
Okay, I carry that chest that Anthena told me to carry back up.
And so Anthony, you tuck away the key back in its spot where you found it, and put that little box back in the sort of hidden compartment under the bar. And so you all kind of reconvene back here, up above in the tavern floor. And what do you do?
About how heavy is the chest of the gold?
Well, I said over 1,000 gold in there, so it is pretty hefty.
So I couldn't carry it like by myself.
You might be able to, but you probably have to make a roll.
Okay, never mind. I wanted to help, but nah.
Yeah,
No.
it's the kind of thing that like two normal people would probably just like one on each side of the chest and carry it together. But
Yeah.
Kgox is fine just lifting it.
He
by
can,
himself.
yeah, he can do it. He can
Just
do
throw it
it.
over your
Yeah,
shoulder.
I can push drag and lift 900 pounds. So
Yeah, so you're good.
Jesus. Lift 900. Oh my god.
mm-hmm.
So as you reconvene, what do you do?
Cerisa will give Leah all of her stuff back, but kind of like
Yep.
hesitate on the snake staff. But she's like, do you want this back too?
Not particularly. I was kind of gonna see if you were interested in it, but I didn't think it was the best time to be like, "Hey, seriously, would you like this stuff?" Yeah. You can keep it if you want. I have no use for it.
Are you sure? And if you watch Cerisa, she's kind of like wiggling in place, right? Kind of like back and forth.
Yes, Sarisa, I am quite positive. you
Oh.
you are more than welcome to keep it.
Okay, no takebacks then.
Yeah, I will say though, it seems as though it has some way of creating poison, so please use that with discretion. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's fine, she says, as someone who can use poison and is resistant to poison. I think. Are you resistant? Yeah. Yep. Ooh, so it does poison stuff. That's neat.
So I did say last time, Leah, that you probably they're not that rare, these types of
Yeah.
items. So I did say last time that you'd probably seen it before based on your role. So I can just explain it, and we'll say this is what you're telling Sarisa.
Yeah, let's do it.
So it is a staff of the adder.
Ooh. That sounds
and
fancy.
So the staff can be animated using a command word. And when it is animated, you can use a bonus action to animate it, and another bonus action to deanimate it, and make it inanimate again. But while it's animate, you can use it to make melee attacks with a standard reach of 5 feet, and this will all be in your inventory, so don't worry about memorizing this.
Ooh, okay.
And on hit, the target will take 1d6 piercing from the snake biting them as you swing it, and then they have to make a con save or take an additional 3d6 poison. Now, while the snake is animated, it does have an armor class and hit point value, so it can die. And if it dies, the staff is destroyed. But whenever it goes back to its inanimate form, it regains those hit points. So you can heal it quite easily.
Oh, okay. Another snake to the collection, guys.
Get out of like 7 by the end of this campaign.
Another
Dude,
snake
One
to the
snake for
pit.
one snake for every day of the week.
Yes, please. Can I like collect snakes like Pokemon Grand?
I mean, you already are. So
Yes!
if you refresh now, it's in your inventory.
Oh!
I equipped it for you as well.
Ooh, hee hee. Ooh, hee hee hee. Whoa. Hey, thank you. Oh, that looks sick.
But yeah, since it's dealing like comparable damage to your existing mace, and it's just kind of like a stick with a big heavy metal bit on the end. I'll let you use it as a mace essentially, so it can take the place of your mace if you want.
Yes, please.
As your melee weapon. Don't feel like you need to juggle both of them. Anyways,
No,
you get a bit of a lowdown as on what that does from Leah, but you now have to turn your attention toward your escape, as you do still have a sleeping troll outside the door. Kigax, you check the door.
Yes.
You creak it open, and the troll is still kind of leaning against that one railing with his feet kind of across the walkway. Breathing deeply, appears to still be asleep.
Okay, is there a way for me
Nobody
to...
made any bullfrog bugle noises downstairs, so you're still asleep.
You know,
Oh my god, Bart.
I almost trumpeted.
Nobody
So.
cast any thunder spells, so he is still sleeping.
I do have Thunder Wave. I was literally gonna cast it.
Oh my god.
Whoops!
Is there
Hey,
a way
I'm a
for me to
bard.
check to see if he's actually asleep or if he's just...
I think we did a medicine check last time. I mean, as far as you can tell, eyes closed, breathing slowly, so
Okay.
take that as you will. But if you want to, like, get a definite, you can medicine check him. Or anybody
Okay.
can, but...
I'm not trained in medicine, so I don't want to try to attempt something I'm not trained in. I'll motion everyone else closer, and then whisper. It's like, you should be quick. He's still asleep.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
I look to Sarisa in all of her jingly jangly armor.
Yeah, which, by the
What?
way, is that full jingle jangle, because Passive
Yeah.
Trace is not on.
I look to her and I tell her, I cannot carry you and this chest.
Uh-oh. What should I do?
I mean, I could try and carry the chest.
Maybe you could, I don't know, throw me across? No, that'd still be noisy, wouldn't it? Yeah,
Sarisa,
don't
When you
do that.
land,
Where's the-
yes.
I have an idea, Sarisa.
What?
Can you swim?
What?
Do you know how to swim?
I look to the DM. Would my character know how to swim?
You are from a place on the coast.
Okay.
Within a pretty short stretch towards the ocean, so you'd have the opportunity to visit the ocean frequently.
Okay.
It's really up to you whether or not you can swim. There's no rule written that Yuan-Ti specifically cannot swim. There's plenty of snakes that can swim.
Well, that's true.
So it's really up to you whether or not you would have spent the time learning to swim.
Mm,
You are,
I-
carrying a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
True.
Also, this is the wash, so it's not a little dunk in a nice little like oasis back home. This is
Yep.
a
This is the
very
ocean.
choppy ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the wash because of the spray from the ocean breaking against the tide wall. So
So,
Any
Sarisa,
Could
Oh.
I don't want to suggest this because
yeah, I'll bring you guys here while you peek out the door.
Sarisa,
yeah. I'm not swimming. That's not happening.
I wa-
So what?
well then you are going to need to remove your armor.
No, but I was going. I mean,
What?
my suggestion, if you're not wanting to remove your armor, hypothetically, I could make it so that you can breathe underwater, so you don't have to swim. You could just get in and then let yourself sink to the bottom, and then wait and then go. You know, to see if he like wakes up or something.
You insane.
You can breathe, but I could cast a spell. We could all breathe underwater for like 24 hours, and then we could go underwater.
You have no idea how deep the water is here. This is the ocean.
Would Leah know how deep the water is here? Because she's from here.
You would have the most experience with Marinhall, but
Yes.
I don't know that many people go swimming in the wash.
Oh no, she wasn't. She's not
So-
for swimming. For bone collecting.
Yeah, no, I mean people don't go into this water, so
okay.
saying how deep it is a little hard to say. This is the chalkiest water in Marinhall. If you were going under the water, you would go to the canal, you would go to the beach. You wouldn't jump into the wash because you just get your head bashed against the rocks and die.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
As for how deep it
Okay.
is, it's probably not like, ocean deep. Like it's not like super far down, but it's, deeper than the beach, that's for sure, deeper than the canal.
Okay.
Question.
Never mind.
Can the unseen servant carry either the chest or Sarisa? Whichever one's lighter.
I'd say that's pushing it a little bit on weight, I think.
Can one of us carry Sarisa?
I typically let an unseen servant carry anything that you could reasonably carry without making a check, and both would probably require checks.
Both
So-
would require a check. Okay. All right.
How about this? What if we all go over first, and then I turn Sarisa invisible, so she goes over and maybe she's making noise, but there's nothing there that's making noise. So the guy we could maybe he would think he's like half asleep or something.
We'd have to get really far away though. What's the range on invisibility?
Range on invisibility is it's touch, so I'd have to like reach over across the guy to.
She could like wait
Or I could just make her invisible before we go over and then go.
and then
'Cause it
sprint.
lasts up to an hour. So I could just make her invisible and then we run up to the creepy alley and then like watch from there. Look for support.
We're just abandoning. So what if she fails?
Well, no, but if she's oh my god, no, if she's invisible,
She's invisible. She's not silent.
no, but she's still making noise. But like, we could also, like, I could have no, it's a concentration spell. I was gonna say if one of you guys has like thaumaturgy or something to make it seem like the noise is coming from something stupid, like to the guy, like the other direction, like this way. Like if he does wake up, like
I have minor
if there's like a visual image, like
I
over
mean-
this side,
So
like maybe he would
illusion.
think the sound is from that visual image.
I can make with minor illusion. I can make a sound. Its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. Okay.
Well,
That's-
shit. Let's if we're or well, no, but like, do we want to risk him just straight up waking up or like? But the thing is if we're far away and she's invisible, then it doesn't matter if she has to like sprint to get away because she's invisible, and he'll be distracted by whatever the fuck.
Wait.
Or
Okay.
we just set a
semantic
house on
question.
fire. We could do that too.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is an option. Semantics question. If somebody casts disguise self on themselves and they make themselves be someone without a bunch of jingly jangle armor, would they still make the noise?
Would they still make the jingle jangles?
yeah, because it's a glamour,
It's
right?
still on.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not a
All right,
polymorph.
all right,
And
all right,
again,
yeah.
again, rules as written, like we are sort of headcanoning that the reason Cerisa's stealth is worse is because of Jingle Jangles, right? Whereas it's because she's heavily armored,
Right.
right? But Cerisa visually doesn't wear like, giant plate armor, so we are saying that all of her jewelry and bangles and stuff are representing her decrease in stealth. So mechanically, she would still be wearing the heavy armor mechanically, right? And
Right.
a glamour doesn't change that.
My suggestion would be to have Cerisa put her valuables in the chest, and I carry the chest.
Ooh.
I have no need for her valuables, so why would I keep them?
That could work. That could work.
I like that.
How much would Cerisa have to strip though?
Everybody's stripping.
A lot of stripping. I mean, hell,
Yeah,
This campaign, Kgox
You
was in the bathhouse, and everybody else.
Yep, he was naked for a good while.
You'd have to
Leah's
do
naked
the
this
equivalent
episode.
of essentially like doffing your armor. Like you'd have to take your armor off essentially, which takes a while.
Uh-oh. Does it take a while? How long?
To the point where you can't really do it in combat. It's like I think like 10 minutes to take on and off armor.
But we could assist her with that, right? We could assist her with taking off the jewelry and things like that.
Yeah,
To lessen the time.
I'm also saying that like I'm gonna consider it because she has a bunch of bangles and like a large thing
Yeah.
and like she's got a thing on her head and earrings. Like she does have enough to reasonably represent a suit of armor. So it is a lot of stuff that she's wearing.
Right.
Here's my wonderful taste in jewelry.
Again, we can put it in the chest, and I can carry the chest.
You gotta be careful with it.
I will say it is a chest packed full of gold, so there's not a ton of room. There's not enough room for a full suit of armor, that's for sure.
I'll scoop out a couple coins.
Give up. Yeah, take the money. Put it in Anthony's pockets.
But then wouldn't that make Anthena jingle jiggly?
Yeah, that is my question.
Oh, what?
Well, I just to clarify, it is a lockbox made for carrying gold. There would be barely enough room for a full suit of armor in there anyway. So with all the gold in there, you have to dump all the gold out to fit the armor in.
Oh, okay.
Or do
it's,
we
it's-
just, like,
it's a full chest
go-
full of gold pieces. So like you'd have to empty the thing out to fit all these other giant pieces of metal plating that Cerisa's wearing on her arms and legs and stuff.
If I just like recast sleep on this guy, like if I just instead of him, he took the potion, but like if I just like,
I mean, you still got a hit point value that's not been reduced. So
yeah, Yeah.
I think the best bet is like the invisibility thing, right? Because like maybe he just wakes up groggy and he's like, "What the heck is that?"
he's like, what the
It's
heck?
like,
Yeah, it's just like as like insurance.
True.
Like, because if she's crossing over and he doesn't wake up, then she's invisible and there's no drawback. But if he does wake up, it's not like he's gonna see anything. And by the time that is woken up, she's gonna be gone anyways.
Yeah. But I will. Cerisa gets my last bardic.
Thank
So you may add that to your stealth check.
And Leo, yeah,
This
Can
is
I
very
try
silent
myself?
Yeah.
What?
High five. High five.
High five. High five.
if it's a check, if it's on that long column, Rika, then you can
Yeah.
guidance it.
Yes.
Leo will cast invisibility on. Okay, Cerisa, what's that?
Rika IRL.
Rika IRL. Rika, you
I'm
know.
invisible. I'm invisible. Let's go. So Cerisa's invisible right now.
Mhm.
Yes.
Cerisa pinches Anthena on the arm.
And Dina, like, honestly, she like barely reacts to it. She's thinking about something else, but she kind of just like slowly turns her head and like looks down at where you pinched her, and like tries to smack at it like it was a bug.
Cerisa will also pinch Leah.
Leah looks confused, but knows it's you.
So just to clarify, you guys are also inside the ship, just peering through the crack in the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you cast invisibility, Cerisa, you feel yourself fade. You perform a little bit of mischief on your two party members, and then what do you do?
Open
So
the
wait.
door.
You guys are gonna go
Leave.
first. I have to go last.
You could. Well, yeah, you have to go last because like, if he wakes up because of your noise, then we won't be able to get past him.
Oh. Okay.
You can do it, Cerisa. You're so strong.
like RP wise, this is the point that she gives you the bardic, but it's not a normal way that she gives her bardic. She just kind of, well, you're invisible, so I think she has a hard time finding you. But she puts her hand on your shoulder, or what she thinks is your shoulder, eventually, and we'll give you a bardic.
Yeah. All somebody has to do is be able to hear you to get the bardic.
Well, I don't know if she's talking.
She's kind of whimpering right now. Does that count?
Maybe, yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, what do you do?
Leave? This is intense music.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna.
Who goes first?
Not
Who is
me.
going?
Again,
No, Hal.
the door swings into the place, so there's enough room to open the door fully without hitting him. So with the door wide open and the sleeping troll in front of you, what do? Somebody's got to do something.
I guess Leah will go
Stand
first.
here for an hour until invisibility runs out.
Yeah,
Alright.
sounds like great
Yeah.
fun.
All right, Leah's gonna go first.
All right. So you're just doing what? The same thing you did on the way in, just trying to step kind of in
Yep.
between his legs to
Stepping. Yep.
over one foot over the other foot.
Yes, sir.
So Riza like cast guidance, like high five on everybody who goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would loudly high five right in front of the troll, but you could just quietly
maybe she's
pat
A
them on the
gentle tap.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, fire pop on the back.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So that's just gonna be stealth check.
Okay. What does guidance do? I forget.
That's just a D4 on your result.
All right. That is a.
Oh, fuck. Olivia. Olivia.
Oh no! Oh motherfucker!
You might as
Do you
well roll
have
your
anything?
D4.
We're
It's not gonna help
fucked.
at
We're
all,
fucked.
but you might
Do
as
you
well
have
do it
anything
anyway.
that adds?
No!
God.
Shit.
All right. So you take one step
Well, there's
over
my
the
D4
first.
as a 1.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's in that one. So you're failing.
Guys,
just
I
the
have
one
one spell slot. I have one spell slot.
Okay, so you take one step over the first foot, and as your foot comes down on the other side, trying to step down onto the bridge, you sort of catch your foot in like the fabric of his pants, and as you hop over, you just immediately fall, and you are now
Wait.
sitting in his lap as he sits up and kind of blinks himself awake.
She's naked!
Yes, but nobody else knows that except for you.
God.
This is the worst possible outcome.
So, as he sits up, what the
Fuck.
bloody hell? He's still kind of groggy. He's like blinking his eyes rapidly. His eyes are bleary. You're just staring at him. Does anybody do anything?
If
Because
he's waking up,
He's waking up, so he is still
Can I
like
cast
kind of
charm?
groggy and slow to react. So
Leah-
I
wait,
will let
Leah's-
one person do something. You can decide amongst yourselves
Wait.
who does it.
Guys,
I
what
have-
if Leah drops her disguise self?
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Like, that would be
That's the choice.
Just
That's what we do.
This is not. I think that would be sufficiently distracting.
I
do,
saying that
I
you
do.
could just convince him that he's dreaming, I think.
Yeah, I think I could. I do also have sleep, but
I've got charm person.
yeah, but he'll know that he's charmed, and then
Okay, but we could just run we could just run away.
Yeah, but then like we'll
it lasts for
never.
an hour.
Yeah, but then we'll never be able to go back in the wash like ever.
I mean, we've only seen him anchored at the knife's edge.
Yeah, but I mean, like then we just straight up won't be able to come back here ever, cause he'll know us.
He'll know my face. He'll know me.
He knows my name. He knows my voice. He'll know me.
So,
Like I said, I could just have Leah be naked.
Essentially, one person can take a turn, movement included, but you guys gotta decide who's gonna do it and what they're gonna do.
Oh god, guys, we're cooked.
We're low-key cooked.
I kind of.
But
I
Sean
think it would be
person would
funny.
get us if it works, but he probably has a low wisdom, right? Like, not to be mean, but like
Probably, because like I could cast sleep on him, but I feel like he has a pretty decent
he's got
sized
a lot
health
of hit
pool.
points.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him.
Yeah,
I
bro's huge.
don't think sleep would work based on his fortitude. Like just him being a tougher, thicker guy, but like his soft stats are probably low. I would think his soft stats are low. He's not definitely not handsome. I mean, someone probably likes it. His mom thinks he's handsome, probably.
I will say
But
charm person works on humanoids, and he's not a humanoid.
Oh.
He's a
Alright, are we
giant.
going with the naked idea?
I mean, we could just book it. We could just run.
We could just book it. Honestly, that's better than the naked IT, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, but then you guys have to like jump over his legs and shit because he's still sitting down.
Okay, you get naked and then we'll run.
Okay, that's a plan.
No, that's also
It's
a
a
plan.
distraction. We don't have anything else.
if I attack him, will it distract him enough that the other three can get away?
Yeah, but then you're fighting him.
Yeah, but what's the option? One of us gets caught, and then three of you get away, or we all get caught, and most of you are naked.
Leah's charisma. Okay, Leah does not have any sort of bonus to charisma, but that also means that she doesn't have any negatives to charisma. So hypothetically,
Pure cope.
Oh my god.
hypothetically, in my pure copium, she could just be naked and then be like, "This is a pretty crazy dream."
But if I can make myself as large as he is.
But then you're fighting.
But then
I don't like this
Yes.
You're still
plan.
fighting.
At this point, also, we agreed not to hurt him.
Yeah.
What has he ever done to you?
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
he's
nothing.
done nothing.
I say we just run. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Bucket. We just got a bucket at this point.
can I use
Alright.
Mage Hand to help Leah, like, get up? I don't know how much weight Mage Hand has. Unseen Servant helps Leah get up. I don't know.
Oh my god.
So again, he is just he's groggily waking up. He hasn't like grabbed you or anything, Leah. You just seated on his lap and you woke him up.
We can
So-
we can
Okay.
sing him a
Again-
lullaby, guys.
Again, just to reiterate, one person can take a turn right now before he does something. So you'll have to decide who's going to do something and what they're going to do.
We could sing him a lullaby.
One person can do something.
I have him throwing performance.
Wait. You guys are still. Wait, hold on. You guys are still. Hold on. You guys are still inside, right?
I mean, they're standing
Yeah.
in the open doorway. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's open. Okay.
We could shut it.
Shit.
Lullaby.
No, I was-
Lullaby. Put him
I
back to
was
sleep.
I was thinking about having Leah cast invisibility, dropping it on Sarisa, and casting it on herself. But that means the door's open. I feel like that would be an action if she was like kicking at the door and casting invisibility on herself. I feel like that's more than.
I mean,
More than one.
He's looking directly at you, so
Oh,
it's
man,
not like
it's not
he's
gonna.
looking.
Well,
It's not like he's like looking right at the door. So
okay.
you're the
Would you-
focus here because you jumped into his lap essentially.
Would you allow me to perform for a minute?
Or now again, guys, hear me out. I hate keep bringing this up, but you guys could use your action to shut the door so that could it be door shut so Leah then just as soon as he decides to do something, she just gets naked so nobody can see her because the door's closed. Can I do that?
I mean, that's reasonably quick
is
enough
he do?
that I would
I-
allow that. If it's just shut the
I
door.
say
plus
action is
dropping
door
a
shut.
spell.
Alright.
Yeah,
like dropping
Leah's
a
fine
spell
with it.
is not that time consuming.
Okay.
So if you wanted to drop a spell while somebody else
This
does
is-
something, I
this
think that's
is-
reasonable. enough.
Yeah, this is Leah's thought process. It's distracting enough.
Oh my god.
Public nudity, arresting for public nudity. I think I got this, guys. I think I can do it. Trust.
Was this what you were scheming before the session?
No, no.
Yeah, we planned all this. We
Yeah,
definitely
you
planned
came
all
out-
this.
You came up
That's
with
what
this
this
way
was.
too quick.
Yep. That's the
Alright.
first thing I thought of.
Go for it. This is what you
Okay.
want. Go for it.
Right. Okay.
So, one of you inside closes the door then, right? Doesn't really matter who. And Leah, you drop your disguised self
Yep.
to just
Oh
be
my god!
stark naked.
Just be us naked. Yep.
She doesn't even wear undies?
Maybe.
I mean,
How
I
much
leave
blood
that
is
choice up
soaked?
to you,
How much
Leah.
blood?
They've,
Whether
they've
or
got
not-
little skulls on them.
Whether or not
little
you want to
skulls
be
on the
wearing like
panties.
small clothes or not.
No, I think she would be butt ass naked.
If it's funnier for you, then yeah, go for it.
It's funnier.
And I leave that.
It is funnier. It's so much funnier.
Okay.
Fucking
So,
dead. Oh my god.
all at once, in about an instant, there's a bit of sort of like unity in the quick like expressions you guys shoot each other, and Leah, you
Leah looks
fall
determined,
into
but sad.
into his lap. He groggily wakes up and kind of mumbles to himself like, "What the bloody hell?" And as he's waking up, you quickly shoot a glance at the three who are standing in the doorway here, and one of them just quietly shuts the door. And then you
No one
drop
needs
your
to see
spell.
this.
You drop your spell, and you're now sitting naked in his lap. And I genuinely think that he would probably just stare at you and just be like, what's going on here? Leah, what do you do?
Can I have Leah try her hardest to strike like a sexy pose?
Okay, you can make like a charisma like performance or persuasion or
Yeah.
something if you want.
Yeah. Oh god. It's all just gonna be. Yeah, she's gonna.
If it's all the same,
let's
then do a performance.
Yeah. Okay. It's performance. An 11.
I mean, that's sufficiently sexy, I feel.
It's
Alright.
above 10.
Does she still have guidance?
No, I
you
used
it.
it. Yeah.
Guidance to cast through the door.
Should we make a quick roll for Mr. Troll?
Yes.
What
I
is
think-
the roll? What?
It's a coin
How
flip.
how high are his standards?
It's a coin
How high are
flip.
his standards?
No, it's a
How
coin
high?
flip, and it's gonna either be really funny or really funny. So let's do it.
Oh my god.
I'm scared. I'm really scared.
Okay, he looks down at you. He looks down at you, Leah, and with
Yep.
a very stunned expression on his face, goes, "I don't swing that way."
You're right, that was
Oh god. Okay, wait. She blinks a couple times. She goes. I'm really sorry. I'm very intoxicated, and I was in dare. I'm very sorry.
Well, he kind of looks now towards the door, and it is closed. So he just sees a closed door, and then he looks back at you, Leah, and goes, "The bar's closed, you know, right?
Yes,
So
I'm aware.
you can't go drinking here."
Yes, I know. I was drinking at home
That's
with my friends.
That's sad.
Okay, I was with other people, but alright.
Oh, well, alright, that does makes it a little better.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. I did not mean to
you-
disturb you while you were sleeping.
Yeah, you should probably just run
I'm
along.
just gonna go.
Don't wander the streets in that state very long. It's not a good neighborhood. Here actually, he has like this kind of like fur vest that he's wearing, and he takes it off and hands it to you.
Aww.
I really appreciate that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Run on home. The guards won't like the public indecency.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. And she just kind of like shuffles with the fur on. She's kind of shuffles this way.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
you begin to shuffle off, and he kind of like he watches you for a little bit, kind of like trying to see like where you're headed and like what exactly, just kind of scratching his head to be honest.
Yeah.
He's still
gonna
kind of like half seated. He's leaning against the thing.
yeah.
But he
She's
sat up a bit.
She's gonna kind of head towards the alley.
Yeah. Yeah. So he watches for a while, and once you're kind of like off into the darkness a bit and he can't really see you, he sits back down and kind of just settles in and just folds his arms back over his belly and tries to close his eyes. But he's kind of awake now. So, other three, what do you do?
Ceresa's no longer invisible, is she?
No, she is.
Oh,
It's
that's for an hour.
concentration. Wait.
Didn't
Is
you
it-
cast it
but
on
maybe
yourself?
you-
No, you didn't cast it on
No.
yourself. Okay.
She just
Never
dropped
mind.
the spell.
Just
yeah.
drop an existing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god, I got tears in my eyes, guys.
So yeah,
Oh,
she's
my lord.
still invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, Leah, you're in the clear. You can linger if you want to try to do something else, though.
Yeah.
But
Do I have to be able to? You have to be able to see people to cast message, right? Or can you?
I don't know. Go look at that while I ask them what they're gonna do.
Oh,
What-
no. It says you can cast this spell
I
through
think
solid objects if you're
know
familiar
them,
with
yeah,
the
if
target.
you're familiar,
Yeah.
then you
Yeah,
don't.
and it
So
is,
you can.
yep.
So yeah, you guys can communicate.
Yeah. So I know. Since I know them, I'm gonna message them and be like, okay, so he's awake, but he's attempting to settle back into sleep. So you guys might have to like wait him out a little bit. I'm sorry. Also, so that nobody's alarmed, I am naked. Sorry.
Gosh.
Yo- Wow.
It's a long story.
Oh. I don't want to know. We're... More
But dude,
importantly,
to be honest, I want to know what.
not right now. We
Okay.
have to figure out how we're supposed to get past this guy now. And you guys are making a big deal about little old me.
It's like I said, he's not sleeping yet, but like if you wait him out a little bit, it'll probably post.
I guess, should we try to wait him out?
Okay, guys could try to seduce him.
Oh, this is true. Actually, that might be the only recourse. I fear.
Yeah. All right, K-Gox. Step
Walk.
back into
You're
the
up,
room.
man. You're up.
You're up.
No, don't listen to me.
Maybe he's into men. So.
Don't look. Let's just wait to see if he falls asleep. How about that?
Oh
Instead
yeah,
of
can
being-
Leah? Yeah, can Leah just like keep them appraised on like whether he looks like he's sleeping or not?
He is facing away from you right now.
Oh shit. Yeah.
He's back in his seated position, but sleeping isn't his usual schedule. He slept because he was drugged,
Oh shit.
but he doesn't usually
Uh-oh.
sleep.
Okay.
Anthena, didn't you say that you could do a lullaby or something?
I could, I guess.
Or we could make a commotion inside the bar. He would go in to check and we run out while he's checking.
That's an option. We could
Yeah.
hide while. Because I can do a minor illusion, and I can make it like there's like a noise, like inside, and we kind of hide I don't know if there's anywhere to hide in there though. Like there's the tables.
There's a long
I don't think
bar
Kagox could hide
crossing
under-
most of the room.
Kegox
Oh,
cannot.
yeah, but
Well, I do have a high stealth.
But does he even fit through the door?
The troll?
Oh.
Yeah, he can see.
Yeah, the troll. Okay. Because, like, hypothetically, you guys could hide behind the bar and make, like, an illusion, like, where the trap door is or something, and then he goes over to
No,
check and you guys
do
sneak
we
out behind.
want him
I'm-
going down the trap door though?
No, I was thinking we hide more off to the side of the door.
Yeah, and then like
And then when he runs in to check,
just
if
slip
he
out.
runs in to check, then we just slip out.
yeah.
Yeah. That might work. And Cerise's invisible, so she
Sure,
would
sure.
have an easier time slipping out, too.
Yeah, and
Oh.
if yeah, yeah.
Well, and if
She could
anyone-
also aid into the distraction as well,
Huh.
since she's invisible.
Cerisa, can you cast thaumaturgy?
Yes.
So Cerisa could feasibly make a noise somewhere in the bar,
Yeah.
and
And,
then
like, touch him like a
Yeah,
ghost.
what is the difference between thaumaturgy and minor illusion? Is thaumaturgy louder with sound?
Now with sound.
Like, is it like? I don't know.
So like
So-
thaumaturgy, you can make an instantaneous sound, or
Okay.
you can like open doors, close doors, alter the appearance of like your eyes or your hair, that kind of stuff. So
Okay. Yeah, so it can just make like a crash noise, and it can also well, I guess we don't want to shut the door behind us, but we're gonna have to really book it to get out of his line of sight if he turns around.
I mean, while we're running out the door, we can use thaumaturgy to close the door, so that way he has a harder time catching up to us.
yeah.
I can also
He'll
cast
know
thaumaturgy.
someone's there regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right,
mean,
let's do it. I think that's the only way
I
forward.
will say thaumaturgy slams the door.
Could I can mage hand just shut it?
Well,
Yeah.
it says in the spell you can instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut.
Yeah. So it slams.
Yeah.
the
Slam
door.
shut. Yeah.
So he'll
But
notice
if we
the
don't
door
want it-
slam shut behind him.
And he'll probably run out. But I could just
Well,
mage hand it closed.
Yeah, I mean he would still need to open it.
Yeah, we can just book it. I think.
But it'll buy
also,
us more time if
anybody-
he's not immediately like turning back to the door and opening the door. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Also, if anyone needs it, one of you guys, I forgot that I had Blessing of the Trickster that I could maybe use.
Ooh.
Can I
fun.
grab?
Yeah, as long as it's
Does-
not like something that you use up. I don't think it is. So I think you're good.
I don't think so. Whoops. Yeah.
That probably would have helped.
yeah.
Probably would have helped Leah a little bit.
Yeah. Oops. Well.
It's okay. That's funnier. So I'm glad you forgot about it.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Leo being naked is funny. It is funny, though.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So he settles back in, and you guys quietly scheme. What do you do?
Okay. Cerisa is gonna cast. Who needs it? Who has lower stealth? I can't cast it on myself.
I have +3 to stealth.
I have a +5.
Wow, Cerisa sucks. Cerisa will cast bless Anthena with Blessing of the Trickster,
Mhm.
which will give advantage on dexterity, stealth checks stuff for 1 hour.
We'll give you the.
That's advantage, you said?
Yeah, you get
Okay, cool.
advantage, and I can't cast it on my poor little self.
Oh, but you have a bardic. You have a bardic.
True. All right.
All right. So the blessing is cast. What do you do next? As a group.
Picky,
I'm
like-
going to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. What's the next step, guys?
try to hide like by the door.
I'll bring you guys
Right.
back inside
Yeah.
so you can see. Hang on, let me
I'm
see before I
I'm thinking I'm going to hide behind the door because I'm going to be the hardest one to really hide because Cerisa's
Yeah.
invisible. I'm a
Yeah.
big guy. I'm going to hide behind the door, and then if he comes in, I'll back around the door.
Yeah.
And run out. I think that if Anthena can hide like
Yeah,
either
like
behind me or under the table, that's
under the
somewhere
table,
where she's
like
got a
here.
straight shot to the door. Yeah.
And I can kind of pull the chair like in front of me a little bit, and then just like very quickly.
Yeah.
If we
But
make
we
the
all
sound
have
like
to move. Yeah, we all have
Yeah.
to move at the same time though.
yeah, we have to make it like I don't know, like over here or something, you know, like far enough away that
Yeah.
he's like facing completely that way, and then we just kind of. This is if he even decides to come and investigate. I mean, I hope he does, but
I think you
But-
would.
It is his
But
job.
who all has thaumaturgy? Because I have it through
I do.
my giant stuff. So we could put sounds like this way. So he has to like come in and see. Because I'll be behind the door. He'll go this way, probably. We hope.
Oh.
To investigate. His back will be to us, and then we can just duck out.
I will
Okay.
ask, are you going to use thaumaturgy or minor illusion? Because the distinction between the two in terms of sounds is that minor illusion can be a long, consistent, reoccurring sound, whereas thaumaturgy is an instant, single sound that you'd have to
I can-
recast to remake.
I can minor illusion.
Okay. That
Yeah.
sounds like.
Okay.
Do we just want like a kind of like a crashing noise or like a?
Can be anything you want, so sky's the limit.
Yeah, it could be like a crashing noise.
A rock band.
Yeah, hey, I mean, a sword fight.
Maybe. I don't know. And like any noise that will just bring him in here, I think.
Yeah, I think like a
Good.
loud like crashing or like somebody destroying something type sound.
Yeah, that would get him in here.
Yeah, I
And
would come
if
check
we
that
put
out.
it behind the bar, then he'll have to peek over the bar to see it. That way he
Oh,
doesn't
true.
just
Yeah.
poke his head in
Okay,
and
yeah.
think, oh, I hear a noise, but I don't see anything. If we put
Yeah,
it behind the bar,
behind-
he might have to peek.
Yeah. Okay, I put it behind the bar.
Okay.
Alright.
Right.
So yeah, you make what? The sound of kind of like clattering furniture, that sort of sound
Yeah.
from
Is
behind the
Pegasus
bar.
gonna hide behind the door?
Yeah, so Sarisa doesn't really need to hide because she's invisible. And
Yes,
Tina,
I'm
you
hiding
duck
behind
under
the
this
door.
table. Kagax, you hide behind the door here, which is going to swing open as pictured. And then Anthena, you make the sound originate from behind the bar, kind of in the area where you were when you were searching through stuff.
Yeah.
And the clattering kind of emanates for a few seconds, but he wasn't asleep, so it doesn't take long before he is going to make his way inside. And so you hear from outside, muffled by the door and the wall, a heavy kind of like stomp as he stands up, and then a loud groan of the bridge under his feet as he walks, and then that door is pushed open quite rapidly. And then he has to sort of duck his head and kind of twist his body to the side to get in the door. But get in the door he does. And so he begins to stomp over, just kind of muttering, "Oh yeah, what is it now?" as he wanders over towards the bar.
All right. I use my trunk around the door, and I motion for Anthea and Sarisa to go, and then I will go from behind.
Go, go, go,
She
go.
goes. She goes. And she sprints. She sprints. Oh well, I'll make the door like not. I'm not gonna like shut it, you know, but just like
Close it,
close
yep.
All right, so he is now kind of, as you guys stand up and move towards the door, he's now leaning over the bar. You can kind of see his head, like his horns, like move left and right as he's looking behind the bar. I will have you just as a group make one stealth roll. We'll use whoever's is lowest, which
It's mine.
is well, Sarisa
Well, oh,
technically,
wait.
but Sarisa's invisible.
She could-
Um,
Yeah.
But doesn't mean you can't make noises while you're invisible.
Oh no.
So he wouldn't see you if he turned around, but he would see the other people.
Uh-oh.
So
am I big?
I will have you make a stealth check for everybody, but
Little old
you can use your barding.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Regardless,
I can
you guys
also-
will be out the door, but it's to see if he turns around.
Okay. What does Lucky do again?
Reroll, can't you?
Yeah, I think it
I think
might
so.
be specified. Let me double check something.
Whenever you make an ability check, attack roll, saving
Yeah,
throw, you
so
can
you
spend a
can-
luck point.
You can lucky this. I was just checking to see
Yes.
if it said ability check there.
Okay. Alright. Do I still have disadvantage on stealth even though I'm invisible? Just want to double check.
Well, it's noise based, so yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's to see if
okay.
you like kick the door on the way out and it makes a clatter, essentially.
okay. Because I can't see my.
Especially because you guys are trying to close the door. I'm just having you all do it together, and the least stealthy person is the one who might mess it up, right? You guys are all kind of
Nice.
making a cumulative stealth roll. It's to get out the door plus close it with a mage hand quick behind you. So
Okay.
it's that cumulative effort summarized by one stealth roll with the worst person doing it because they're the person most likely to mess it
Okay.
up.
And I can use the bardic, and I can use the guidance, and I can use the lucky.
Yeah.
Please. Please let this work. Okay. Roll with disadvantage. What in the world? Is that both the same? Is that this? No?
No, I think
Okay.
it's what, a 11 and
Oh.
a 9.
Okay.
It says 12
Not
and 10.
sure.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it's how
yeah.
you, yeah.
But
so
it's
the 12
plus
and 10,
1.
So we'll use the 10.
Okay.
and then
So you can lucky to use another d20 to have a third roll there if you want,
okay.
and then you can choose which one to use. But we would
I mean,
use it would be either the 10 or what you roll next between them.
Okay.
It wouldn't be the 12. The 12 is not included in that since we're using the disadvantage roll. So you can add one more
If you
d20
didn't-
and hope you roll better than a 10 if you want.
Okay.
That's what we'll resolve
He's
first,
lucky.
and then you can guidance and bardic it.
Guys, I'm
Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay, so we're
Going
using
with-
the 10.
a 10 plus a
10.
bardic plus a bardic plus a guidance. I think we got that. That's
Okay.
Okay,
That's
so roll your-
salvageable.
Roll your d8 for the bardic.
Oh, it's a D8 for bardic and 1D4, I think, for
Yeah.
guidance.
Yeah, we'll start with the bardic because that's the bigger number potentially.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Come on, baby, 8. Okay.
Up
Yeah,
to 14,
14.
now. Now roll your d4. Yeah, up to
16.
16. Not too bad. Not too shabby.
That's pretty solid. That's a pretty solid stealth roll.
So I'll say because his distraction is noise based, I think he wouldn't notice any small noise made behind him. So with a 16, there's a tiny little like thud as the door closes, but it's not enough to make him turn around because he's focused on a different noise. And so you guys make it through the door, close it behind you, and are now outside. He is not there. You guys are out here. There you go.
Run, run.
Is there a naked status effect?
Oh, don't you have the little vest on now?
Yeah, so now instead of wearing clothes like you thought, she's got some sort of fur thing. And that's
And
it.
it is like running past you, and she does like a double take, and but she can't focus on that now.
Yeah, we're
We'll
running. We're all
also
running,
start
right?
running. Yeah.
Running.
We're all
And also,
running.
who has the keys? I think it's me, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you were handling the keys.
Okay, I throw the keys like at the kind of entrance of this little alleyway.
Right. Yeah, you just kind of toss them down into the grass where they'd fall naturally as you sprint by. And so, as a group, you dash your way right out of the wash. Again, it's the middle of the night. It's like the early hours of the morning, so there's nobody really out here.
Guys, we're so good at this.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is gonna be
sure we are.
nothing, bro. We got it. Leah just has to get
Oh.
naked, and then we win.
Yeah. Yep. Every single heist, Leah's gonna get naked.
What do we think?
Oh.
Does Lady Gwendolyn Gaunt swing that way? What do we think?
We hope. Let's hope.
Oh god.
Fingers crossed.
All right, so still in the dead of night, you guys sprint your way out of the wash, leaving the sound of those heavy waves behind you. Now, just running unmoored through the city in varying stages of undress. What do you guys do?
Back to the house, bro.
Yeah.
Back to the tipsy quipper.
Back to the tipsy quipper.
Can we like look behind us to make sure no one's like following us or anything before we like pull up to our abode?
Yeah, make an investigation, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, as you turn kind of the last few corners through a few alleys, you look behind you, and with a 20, you don't see that you've been followed.
Okay. Cool.
Feel pretty confident.
Leah
that,
is actively praying that Valerio is not in the tavern at the moment.
I mean, it is like 3 in the morning, so he's probably asleep, but we don't know his sleep schedule.
Probably.
We can flip a coin if you want.
I'm scared.
I can flip a coin if you want.
Do it and don't tell me what the result is.
All right.
I'll experience it real time.
So yeah, if you all make your way back into the Quipper, then let's bring you all here. As we see, it still be invisible.
I will
If
say
anyone
once
is
they-
awake, they're gonna be like, "Where is Teresa?"
Yeah, no, I will say that once they get into the Quipper, Leah will drop the invisibility.
Okay. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of on the GM there. Here we go. Move everybody out of the way. Alright, so you all quickly make your way back to the Quipper and walk inside. It's very late at night, so they've already kind of closed up, but I think Camille would have given you guys a key so that you can slip in and out in the night. I don't know if we ever discussed that with her, but I think she would reasonably do that. Seeing as how you guys are going to have to do a lot of stuff at night, I think she would provide you a means to enter as you will. And so you make your way into the tavern floor and find it pretty much abandoned. Just a couple like little candles and stuff that are being allowed to burn themselves out are lit, and the last embers of the hearth.
I knew because it was taking so long that he was adding the character.
Oh my god.
As you enter, there's really only one person on the tavern floor. It's Valerio, and he's just asleep at the table. He's got his head down on the table.
Oh.
There's a bottle of alcohol next to him.
Oh,
Aww.
poor
He's
guy.
depressed because nobody did his side quest.
We're gonna! I promise! I promise! Next on the list, Valerio!
He's been watching the entire time. He's seen us do every other person's side quest. He's like, oh, it'll be my turn
They
soon.
must like
Looks
everybody
into
else
drink.
more than me.
Leah's
guys-
forgotten
I
that
see how it
she's
is.
fucking naked aside from this for whatever the fuck.
I mean, it's like a large kind of like Shrek vest, and it's made of like
it's
furs.
beautiful.
But it's big, so it's more like a dress on you.
Yeah.
'Cause he's much larger, so
Yeah.
it is more than enough to cover everything.
Yeah. But she'll wake him up gently.
He kind of like grunts a little bit and blinks awake and stretches his head side to side to stretch out his stiff neck and goes, "Oh, my head." And then he blinks and looks up at you and goes, "Oh, hello, Leah." And then you see his eyes flick up and down and he goes, What are you wearing?"
Well, you see, I had a I lost my clothes, and this was what I had.
You lost your. How'd that happen exactly?
Just well, you see, necromancers get up to some crazy things, and I got some crazy stuff on me, so I just had to go.
You know, necromancers, we be getting naked all the time.
To be
Well,
closer to the bones, you see. That's
Yes, of course. It's
I
part of it, yes.
won't claim to know much about necromancers, so I'll take your word for that one. What time is it?
I think around 2 or 3.
Well, did you need something?
No, I just wanted to make sure that you were all right. Everybody else is gone when you were passed out on the table, so
Oh,
I just...
I'm alright. I just was sticking around drinking after everyone locked up, and I must have dozed off. That's all. I'm alright.
I mean, if you're sure, but I can. If you need help with anything, you want me to. You have a room here. I could walk you up
No,
there.
it's all right. Of the two of us, I worry more that you might need help.
I'm perfectly fine, aside from the
I,
state of this.
very
Alpha?
well, I believe you.
Well, if you do need, all right. We're just gonna, yeah. Bye. Get to bed. Drink water.
He just kind of chuckles a little bit as you sprint off.
Drink water. Have liquid IV.
She's like fucking like track star running up the stairs.
All right. So the rest of you all head upstairs then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop off the gold in our little safe area, and then I have to make something.
Whoa. Crafter.
Well, let's go.
So we just gotta go pick up her snake from daycare.
That's true. All right. So you make your way all the way upstairs, up past the rooms and up the stairs to the attic. And I don't know why it was in such disarray last time we left, but I'm not like springing some comment. I'm going to use it taking a while because it was in a state of disarray for some reason. So yeah, you make your way back up. Camille is slumped over on the desk. She's passed out too.
Why does nobody go to sleep in their beds?
Because you guys are taking up all the beds. That's why.
Camille has
her own bed.
No, I know.
She just
She has I know, I'm just making fun of you. But she passed out. She's like she's still like kind of half clutching like a quill in her hand. She was working on something when she fell asleep. Cobalt is just kind of like just like wrapped around her arm.
Aww.
Aww.
That's
He's
cute.
a good boy.
And in the corner, your little bat friend is hanging upside down from the rafters.
Can Cerisa take a peek of what Camille
Yeah,
is looking at?
you're doing what I was about to do.
Beat you to it.
Better you than me.
It looks like she's sort of partially drawn a map. You can see sort of like a rough blueprint with like a bunch of different rooms. You can see like little like sketches of chairs and stuff and tables drawn in certain rooms. But it seems like it's only partially done. You can see kind of like one sort of floor is done and it's labeled first floor. And then there's like a bit of a wall that's drawn, and then from there she's passed out.
The floor plan.
Yeah, does Theresa recognize this floor plan at all?
No, I don't think you would.
No.
There's no
Okay.
reason for you to recognize this floor plan.
It's probably Gaunt's house, right?
That's what I was thinking. Ooh.
I would assume. I mean, that's where she worked. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. So after Theresa takes a little peek, she kind of starts like slightly shaking Camille awake.
Did I doze off? She blinks and looks up at you. One of the pieces of paper is stuck to her cheek as she sits up.
Aw.
You got a little something there.
She pulls the paper off, kind of still half asleep, and she has like a patch of ink on her cheek where it was stuck.
You got it.
Did I miss something? Did you guys do something tonight?
Theresa looks now very exhausted.
Yeah, we did something tonight.
Well, she kind of glances back over her shoulder at the others. Ugh, you can tell me about it in the morning if you're tired.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you for keeping an eye on Cobalt, by the way.
Not to worry, he's a clever little fella. Mostly took care of himself. She moves her arm slightly, and that kind of is enough to wake Cobalt up, and so he slithers off her arm and over to you. Camille like leans back in the chair and stretches, and then kind of goes, I guess I ought to probably sleep in a proper bed. Oh, my back.
Yeah, I guess sleeping at the table isn't, all that good for you.
No, definitely not.
No, so, yeah, guys, unless we got something else to do, I think we should, call it for the night.
She stands up from the chair and stretches again. And so if you guys are heading back downstairs, she'll join you for the normal beds. Anybody else?
Is the bat content in the rafters?
Yeah, she's just kind of swinging up there. She's sleeping as much as she needs to. She's just kind of resting.
I didn't want to leave any of our companions just alone in the attic if they don't want to be.
Sorry, she's used to it.
No, don't say that. No.
Oh no!
I love when he just drops shit like that. It's really great.
I'll encourage him.
All right, so everybody just making their way back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I don't remember what state we left this room in, so we'll just find out. I don't remember who's where. Oh, hey. She teleports much faster than you guys. Alright, yeah, so you guys creak your way back down those stairs towards your rooms. I presume this is where she was sleeping, in this room. I don't remember, it's been a while.
She was in the room
Yeah,
with
she
Teresa.
was in
I
there.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she bugs with Teresa.
That's where she was when I loaded into here, so I presume that's where she sleeps.
Does Teresa see Kgox heading back downstairs?
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Where is bro going?
Yeah.
Bro,
Maybe.
please take a long rest, bro.
Teresa stays right here, doesn't get any closer, and asks him, Kgox, where are you going?
I have to make something, and I will be back.
Teresa kind of like opens her mouth to say something, and she stops herself and just says, okay. And she just walks away.
Yeah, so Camille just walks into the room and just flops face first down on the bed and goes back to sleep.
Aw.
Does anybody else have anything they're doing before they go to sleep?
I mean, I would just state that I don't think Athena does go to sleep.
Mhm.
She doesn't go anywhere. She lays down, but I don't think she falls asleep.
Very well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
passes
want to. I just want to make something before I go to sleep.
Alright, do you want to tell us? Or
Yes, yes. So I was waiting for that. The wood that I had chopped outside. What kind of wood was that before?
palm.
Palm. Okay.
yeah.
That works. I'm gonna go down. Is the wood still there?
I think they probably would have used some of it for the hearth.
I don't need much. I don't need much. Basically, what I'm making a scabbard. I'm making a makeshift scabbard for the sword that is still currently in my possession.
Mhm.
Oh.
I'm gonna get 2 pieces of palm wood. I'm going to use my knife to cut off some of the fur from my my belt wrap. Then I'm going to use the leather cord from like my bracers and things like that to kind of tie it together, make sure that it fits Roselia properly. At least good enough.
Aww.
I'm so emo right now. Oh my god.
And I'm just gonna work on that through the night, and then in the morning, it's gonna be like laying outside the door here.
Kgox.
And then I'm gonna go to sleep in the hallway like I normally do.
Oh my god! Hallway creature!
I mean, Roselia is a rapier, which typically wouldn't have a scabbard, but you could definitely fashion something that would work similarly.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured like the palm wood would be like a little bit rounder in places, maybe, because I just want to get it to where it sits in there and it's snug and not going to rattle around. Because that's why I'm going to put the fur around it and wrap it as tight as I can. And then use the leather cord from my bracers to just kind of like secure it, so that way it's something that she can carry more properly.
Yeah, yeah, that works.
Okay, that's what I wanted to do, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Very well. Yeah. Then we roll around to morning. And you all wake up very early in the morning, like responsible adults.
No.
5 a.m., right? You guys get 2 hours
No.
of sleep, and you wake up
God.
at 5 a.m., right?
Oh,
No,
Right,
no,
right.
we're good. No, we're good. Thank
no,
you.
we're good.
No?
Yeah, we can sleep in.
Okay, well then how late do you all sleep in? Tell me. That's what I was
Dana's
prompting for, because you guys were up till like 3:30 a.m. So
She would probably be up before everybody else. I don't know exactly what time, but give me like an hour before everybody else gets up.
okay, what do you do with that hour?
I don't think she does anything. She just kind of maybe goes and stands outside, feels the ocean breeze, and then comes back in and sits down downstairs.
Vero?
I think Leah would probably get up at like 10-ish. Roughly. 10:15.
No.
Well, I should say, what time does Kagox wake up?
Yeah, that's true.
Kegox is out. He has a lot of unblooding to do for himself. I don't know. He probably sleeps at least until noon.
Okay.
Because he was up all night making the scabbard.
Yeah, of course. Would I have an indication that it was from him?
Oh yeah, because I used the fur from my pelt to.
Okay.
Aww.
I think if she's
it's
up,
cleaned. It's all cleaned. The blade, the fur. It smells kind of like salt water because I think I probably did clean it in
It's
some
okay.
salt water, but it's all cleaned and it's very tightly bound. It's comfortable.
yeah. Well, when she opens her door and sees it, I think nobody else is awake if she's up before everybody else. She just starts, I think, crying a little bit. Not the level she was yesterday, but it's very silent. But there's kind of tears streaming down her face, and she looks at you laying on the ground. And she will not disturb you, but she'll go and she'll pull a blanket from her bed and. Actually, well, I mean, I don't want him to be too hot. Hang on a minute.
That's a big problem with Kegox.
Wait, what is the temperature in the inn?
I mean, it's a fairly warm climate, and this is a fairly warm building, so it's not cold by any means in here.
Okay, I'll use the blanket to make you more comfortable. We'll just put it like that. Whether that's having him wear it as a blanket or just like putting some cushion under your arms or whatever. And she'll pick up the scabbard and head downstairs and is probably hitting an epic pose, looking out across the ocean.
Vero. So Leah around like 10. Kegox, you said you're out, so we'll put you two together. You both wake up around 10. Sarisa, what time would you wake up?
What time is Chaos waking up?
I said probably around noon. He probably sleeps until about noon.
I
Well-
think Cerisa will be the last one to wake up.
Leah, unless you're specifically waking up earlier than you said, you're still out for now.
Oh, okay.
'Cause Camille would wake up next because she actually slept for the first time in her life.
Oh, Camille.
So Sarisa, when are you waking up? Sorry, I don't know.
Maybe like 1.
1 in the afternoon.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Okay. So Camille's.
I got a woman.
Camille's long gone.
Yeah. Cerisa wakes up with very puffy eyes. Very puffy eyes and very messy. Oh gosh, how long is Cerisa's hair? Dude. She wakes up with really puffy eyes, and she has not braided her hair yet.
Wow.
That must take forever. Dang. Oh, so Camille's also long gone, right?
Yeah, she woke up at like 9, so she's up. The order was Anthena, Camille, Leah, Kagok, Sarisa. Yeah, I mean, like technically you didn't sleep, but you were resting for hours, just lying
Right,
there.
alright.
So I'll let it slide
Yeah.
this time. If you don't sleep tonight, then you're gonna get
Uh-huh.
a whack of exhaustion points,
Yeah.
and that won't be
It's
fun.
okay.
Is this a long rest? The
Yeah,
long rest?
Yeah, long rest.
Yay!
All right. So we'll say slowly but surely, by the time it's the afternoon, you all regroup in the tavern.
Let's go.
And so we'll group you all up. How about that? Let's bring everybody in, because I think you guys need to figure out what you're doing next, don't you?
Yeah.
So let's bring the whole gang, shall we?
Valerio was there.
We can do Valerio's side quest. Whatever.
Okay, actually,
alright.
I will say, Anthony, you'd be first to wake up, so he would be kind of down there milling about, kind of getting his things together to set out, and so he would actually ask you, Anthena, if he should continue to tail the bank manager or if you want to do something different today. So you'd have to tell him, Anthena, because otherwise he'd be gone by the time Sarisa wakes up at 1.
Right.
So you guys can discuss it together, but Anthony will have to
Okay.
relay whether or not you want him
We'll
to be
have to-
here or not. So.
What are we thinking?
So
Like, has he been giving us like updates on where she's going? Like, do we have kind of a good idea of her schedule yet, or not really?
He would have an idea. You never got the full brief from him. So
Okay.
he would ask, like, as he's about to head out, he's kind of gathered up his pack and stuff, and he would ask, like, do I still need to tail her, or is there a change of plans? And so that's what you would answer: is do you want
Right.
the brief? Do you want him to stop doing that and do something else? Do you want him to keep going and tail her for today? Because he's just gonna keep tailing her every day to see if she changes the schedule.
Right. I mean, what do we think? Do we think we can get the brief from him and then decide, or?
Just for those who aren't aware, why are we tailing the bank manager? Just for the chat, of course.
It was so that because we need her etheric signature.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, we can do a quick refresher in character if you want. Camille can go back to the plan. If you want. We'll just say Valerius
sounds
here
good.
then. We'll say Valerius here.
Okay.
Make it simple.
Risa wakes up at
slowly
1.
but surely throughout the day, last to come down the stairs is Sarisa. And so Sarisa, as you come down the stairs, you have a little bit of a finally came down for dinner moment where the whole family's there and they're all staring at you. You finally came down from your room, you were playing Minecraft in your room, and they're like, look who's finally joining us.
who's
And,
come down from their cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Rourke
Risa-
here?
Yes, Marcus is.
Man.
This is his,
Oh, Gary's here.
This is squad. This is squad.
yeah, so we're getting the
Yeah.
whole squad together because you guys got to figure out what you're doing.
Wait. Can actually, never mind.
What?
The what's her name? Anise? Is she the one who's no. The male person that needs the packages from
Ah,
the
yeah, hang on.
shipping and
They're
handling.
all still hidden, but they would all be here. I just have
Okay,
them hidden
they're
till
all here.
yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, Anise wouldn't be here. She's got stuff to do, but
Right. I was like looking at the tokens and I thought,
but
nah,
the
we're good. We're good.
yeah. I hid them all last night, but I'll slowly refresh them all because they would all be here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So you come down the stairs and you see everybody you're kind of having a bit of a casual conversation. Not like right to business because Teresa's still sleeping, and Camille kind of acknowledged that you guys looked like you had a rough night, so she was just like, when we're all here, then we'll talk business. And so as you come down, everybody turns towards you, Teresa, and what do you all do?
Again, Ceresa looks like she just rolled out of bed, and her eyes are all puffy and stuff. And for a moment, she's like,
Maybe they haven't seen me, and I can go back upstairs and sleep more.
I mean,
even though
We're all looking at
if
her.
you do
Yeah,
say
we're
that to
all
yourself, it
watching
is
you.
pure cope because everybody's looking at you.
Yep.
she's like thinking about it, like,
No, they're looking at. Okay, I can't sneak back up there. Okay.
so she kind of just defeated, walks over and kind of hops into her chair.
All right. Yeah. So you join everyone. Now I do have one more question before Camille speaks. Leah, you don't have a change of clothes, do you? So are you still wearing
Nope.
the vest?
Yep.
All right. Then everybody, Leah's still wearing the vest.
Oh my god.
Can we not get you something else? Does the disguise kit come with clothes? Hold on. Pause.
It would come with costumes, yeah.
Okay.
Dear God, no.
Do you want a
no,
costume
stop
for
it,
the
you wanna
disguise
put
kit,
it
or
on.
yeah, Leah is the one who dressed herself this morning, so it is up to Leah what
Yeah.
she's wearing right now. But if you want to change that,
She
later, you can,
wasn't.
but-
She wasn't straight up. She wasn't gonna go to bed naked for Athena's sake. So she's just been kind of sleeping in this, but she has an idea, so no need for the disguise kit. She's
Alright.
thinking.
So, as everybody settles in, Camille kind of leans her elbow against the table and says, "All right then, I suppose we all ought to catch up, yes? Make sure we're all on the same page."
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So we've still a few more steps left. One involving the bank manager, one involving Lady Gaunt herself. I believe Valerio had a job he wanted done. She looks at Rourke. I've given you the supplies, so all that we need is for you to finish your little project. She says, kind of wincing a little bit at the fact that there's, a couple other people around. And then she says, which leaves, I suppose... And she looks at the four of you. The last few steps, really. So she pulls out like her notes. She's got this like kind of very rough folio filled with a bunch of loose, slightly wrinkled, slightly ink stained papers. And so she kind of flips through her little folder of parchment, and she pulls out one page, which I think you guys have seen before. It's her kind of master list. And so she says, "So, now that we've got a way to get to the next level of the bank, what remains is shutting off the cascade so that you lot can cast magic in there. And then the etheric signatures and the keys. And to remind you, we need etheric signatures from both the vault owner, so Lady Gaunt, and from the bank manager, since this is a high security vault. Now, Valerio has mentioned that he's been tailing the bank manager. You lot had him do that, right? So we know where she lives now. So we could break in, take something that belongs to her that might have hair, anything that is a part of her bodily person, and use that for the etheric signature. But we will eventually need to break into Gaunt's summer home. Now, I've been putting together a map, a layout, a blueprint of the building, but it's not quite finished yet, so I would recommend we hold off until the last minute to break into Lady Gaunt's place. But as for what to do today, well, I suppose I'll leave it to you four, since you're the ones actually going about it. So she kind of turns towards you guys to see what you think.
Well, we should probably finish our business with the church, right?
And Dina's like kind of been not zoning out, but you know, kind of maybe zoning out. But she'll turn to you and just kind of like nod very vigorously.
Well, if you've errands to wrap up, please do feel free to do so today. But we should think of at least one thing to accomplish today that'll take us closer to the heist.
True. We still also need to take care of that job that Valerio needs us to do.
Camille looks over at him and goes, right, it was the shipping docks, right? And Valerio nods and says, I need to abscond with a ledger from Gaunt shipping warehouse. Camille kind of thinks that over and goes, but I suppose if we're doing that anyways, we might as well poke around and see if there's anything that could help us with Lady Gaunt's place later. It is her warehouse after all. So I suppose even that errand might advance our causes.
Speaking of which, Camille, would you have any idea how difficult it'd be to mosey on in there?
Well, if you just mean sneaking in like a standard robbery job, I'm sure they post guards. It's all manner of valuables they're shipping here and to and fro, so I imagine it's probably relatively secured. But we're going to have to break into far worse when we do the bank, so nothing we can't handle, I suppose. But I'm sure you've got options. Try to get yourselves invited in, like you did with the Alchemisium, or cause a distraction of sorts. Again, you lot seem like the experts on that, so I'll leave it to your discretion. But I do recommend you don't make a lot of noise, because we don't want Lady Gaunt's attention turning to anything going on in relation to her business in town. I imagine the more noise we make leading up to breaking into her summer home, the more cautious she's going to be about thieves in her own house.
Oh, that's good to know. So we will have to be very careful when we...
Quiet as you can, but I understand these things are more complicated than they seem.
So perhaps after we are done with our business at the church today, we could try to scope the dock out. If that's alright with the rest of you guys.
I do have a request, if possible. I know that we are busy. However, I would like to make a stop at my old estate, my house.
Oh, that's right. You're from here. Is it so that you can wear something more decent by chance?
Yes, but there's also a couple of things I wanted to grab. Just because if our faces get out in Marinol, then I won't ever be able to come back here. So...
That's true. Well, if the others are fine with it, sure. And we also can't have you running about like that. No offense or anything.
None taken. It was free, so.
Hmm.
Well, I don't
But,
imagine it would take long to stop by and get more clothes. So please feel free to take care of that today. She kind of looks your very kind of ratty fur vest cloak up
It
and
wasn't
down.
my choice. It wasn't my decision.
I mean, listen, she's really not one to judge because she's been wearing the same maid uniform every day for a week. So
Oh,
No, I mean, can we get her new clothes? Like, does she have anything else? I mean, if she
Just a
likes
uniform?
wearing, yeah, does she just like dressing up as a maid? I mean, it's
likes
cute. She likes it. All right. Okay.
Could
As
ask
long as
her.
she likes it. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Cerise will look at Camille and ask, speaking of clothes, Camille, are you in need of any new clothes?
oh, I I'll
Like, no.
I'll be all right. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. We've more important things to do than go shopping for clothes, right?
I mean, true, but, I mean, your maid outfit is nice, but, do you think it draws attention or something? Or no?
Well, I'm not really going out a lot. I'm gonna spend most of today just finishing that map, so I don't think I'll draw too much attention in the attic, at least.
Well, that's fair. Other than that,
I'm sure there's some old clothes up in the attic somewhere. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
I mean, if you just like the maid outfit, then, I mean, I'm not gonna judge.
She turns a little pink from that.
No judgment.
We've more important matters to attend to today.
Sure. Okay. Other than that, oh, we might be having a, visitor. Because we have some business actually in the attic. I almost forgot about that. Goodness, we got a lot of things on our plate.
Right. Well, I'll be up there as I said, working on the map. So if you let me know when you're expecting them or who you're expecting, I can let them in.
Just look out for a pelican. I know it sounds weird, but just keep an eye out if a pelican stops by.
Right. To be honest, from the stories that I've heard from you guys so far, it's not that wild. I'll look for the pelican.
Okay.
I mean, there's a bird man sitting across from us.
Yeah,
So.
this is true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, other than that, I'm not sure when we're supposed to be expecting our pelican. There's actually something I wanted to ask you guys. Something concerning that we've been noticing as we've been running around. Have any of you seen anything strange?
Gotta be more specific than that.
Yes,
Again, there's a bird man sitting across.
like,
Yeah, actually,
okay, when I,
actually, Rourke says that. You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
okay. Like, a dead strange? Any, I don't know, undead critters running amok.
Valerio and Rourke shake their heads. Camille kind of shrugs a little bit, just to be like, I don't go outside.
Oh. Does she want to go outside? I feel bad.
The only times that you've noticed her ever leave the attic was either to sit down here
To
with
go
you
to the-
guys, or to slip out in the middle of the night. You don't know where she goes there.
I have a sneaking suspicion of where she goes.
Mm.
Whatever you say.
So yeah, at this point, Cereza will turn to Athena and the others and say, should we let them in on our discovery?
How many people are in the Tipsy Quipper right now?
It's the morning crowd, so well, it's actually not even morning anymore. So it's the lunch
Yeah.
crowd. Not too many. It tends to busy up kind of after 8 when people are coming to drink when they're finished their day's work. So most people are at work right now. It's a fairly thin crowd. There's like maybe 2 people who aren't recognized characters. Like there's two unnamed NPCs loitering around, but other than that, it's pretty empty.
Athena would respond in message, like in your head, and be like, it might be better to just message it to them. I mean, it's not busy in here, but you never know.
Right. With this kind of topic, I think we should keep it more on the hush. You're right. So, if you can get everybody, message everyone, we should let them know about what we've discovered with the whole undead situation.
Yeah, okay, alright. And she, like, hesitates for a moment, but she does do it. She'll message everybody. Well, I mean, the 3 NPCs, we already know. And just give kind of a rough overview. Probably not too many of the specifics, but just that there are unnatural undead and infernal presences that we've kind of seen cropping up. And that we don't know the exact source of it yet, but it's an ongoing thing.
Didn't we kind of come to the conclusion the source is around Gaunt's summer home or something? Like there's something sus going on in that area?
Didn't I think?
Yeah, well,
Belshazzar's his
Belshazzar's
research.
research indicated.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now, and it says that Gaunt Manor is where the unholiness was strongest.
Yeah, I just meant we don't know why that's happening. I would say that I would
hunch,
include it.
but like
Yeah. Just what the specifics of like what's causing it. But no, I would tell them where we know that the presence is at its highest, but we don't know the reason behind it.
Yeah.
Do we tell him about Dandelion too? I almost forgot about that guy, guys. He's still chilling down there.
Still chilling. I don't know
know.
if that's important. I don't know. I'm giving them the abridged version, so just anything like insanely like crucial about just keeping an eye out for anything like that.
I want to help Dandelion though, guys. I feel bad. He's just kind of big.
We can help Dandelion, but do these 3? You think they want to help Dandelion?
Maybe.
I can include things about Dandelion if you'd like.
Yes, please. and
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. They are informed about Dandelion.
Thank
Right.
you.
So you catch Valerio, Rourke, and Camille. Camille would have been kept abreast of all this, so I don't think you would have left out any of that stuff on the previous days talking to her. So she would already know about the undead stuff.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
But Valerio and Rourke were more just focusing on their individual tasks, and so they wouldn't have been informed on that. So yeah, you catch them up to speed on that stuff, some of the more supernatural things that you guys have been finding during your misadventures, and you kind of see there's like a grim sense of like realization that settles over them that like something bigger is going down. This isn't just like a selfish little heist. There's something else going on here. But they don't really have much to say about it. They're kind of neither have much experience in those domains, so they don't really have anything to add in particular.
Alright. I tell them to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Anything
Yeah.
sus.
Yeah, Valeria in particular kind of nods and says, I'll keep my eye out if I see anything that goes along those lines, but in tailing the bank manager, I haven't seen anything in relation to the undead, that's for sure.
I mean, I guess that's good.
To be honest,
In a
she's
weird
just a
sense.
very boring lady.
I mean, that's
Well-
good for us, isn't it?
Yeah, after everything we've been dealing with, boring sounds nice.
In terms of her schedule, she wakes up quite early, makes food, heads straight to work, works for a very long time, is pretty much always the last one to leave the bank, goes home, eats a small amount of food for dinner, falls asleep. It's just that day in and day out. The only time she takes for herself is mostly just spent cleaning. She's quite rigorous about cleanliness, from what I understand at least.
Well,
That
that might.
sounds nice, actually. I mean, she doesn't go out at all? Like, have a life
Yes, but if
outside
she's
of work?
If you mean off the taverns to drink in the evenings, no, she'd still be at work when most people are hitting the taverns, and then from there it's just straight home.
Huh.
But I do have her address, so if you need it, I can tell you.
Right. Because we will have to... mosey on over there.
Seriously, I almost want to say break in out loud. Just in case somebody's listening.
Camille kind of like closes her little folio that she has and says, right, well, what's the plan for today then? You lot need to take care of 2 errands, the church, Leah's home, and then what for today? Work on the bomb. I'll work on the map. Is Valerio going with you lot today? Are you going to look into shipping warehouse?
That sounds like a plan. We do need to take care of that sooner rather than later, I would imagine.
Valerio nods.
So unless anyone else has anything else, then, I guess that's our plan for today.
All right.
But first, I would like, some coffee and some food.
Yeah, everybody else would have already kind of eaten because it's 1 p.m. So everybody else has kind of eaten their breakfast and their lunch maybe. But yeah, you can grab some food before you go out.
Nice.
And Dina will kind of rush upstairs to go get the chest. And I will make a check to carry it.
All right, yeah, make a strength check.
All right. Yep.
Good luck.
Okay. It's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, you kind of have to drag it along the floor a little bit. But you do make some progress. Getting down the stairs would be a little harder though.
Okay. Can I drag it down the stairs?
Yeah, if you just want to go thunk, thunk, thunk down every step and like chip into the wood with every single step, then
okay, I
like, you can.
I don't want to chip into the wood. Ugh. Dang it. She kind of just awkwardly standing at the top of the steps, trying to think of a way to get this thing down.
Hey, Kagax.
Bro is asleep.
Yes. Yeah, yes.
Nice. Go help Athena.
This is why you always take mending, so that you can be polite.
Yeah,
Ooh.
okay. That would be, but whatever.
I will carry this. And I
She can-
just pick up the chest without, like, he's like still kind
Like
of
one
groggy.
hand.
Yeah, he's just up and walks down.
She kind of just like stares at you for a really long time. But we'll come down the stairs.
So Rourke makes his way back up the door. He's going off to his own private workshop to work on your bomb.
Nice.
Epic.
Valeria loiters around. Camille's gonna head back upstairs to go and try and work on her map that she's sketching. Yeah, so Valerio waits around for you guys because he's gonna accompany you unless you tell him to do something else.
Is Valeria good at braiding hair?
Probably.
Yeah, actually.
He has a little sister, yeah.
Probably, yeah, he has his little sister.
Heck yeah. The reason needs someone else to braid her hair today. How tall is Valeria?
I don't know, maybe like 6'1", 6'2".
Damn. Okay. I see you.
So short is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. Classically short. If you're below 6'2", don't even talk to me. Like.
Yeah, if you're not at least
Wait,
6'8",
that's
what are you
short?
even doing?
Oh, I forgot a certain somebody's like tall. Dang. Yeah, Cereza will, with her short little self, go over and maybe like tug on Valeria's sleeve.
Oh, did you need something? Actually, you'd probably be like the same height as his little sister.
Perfect. This is perfect.
Be like, yeah, so how good are you at braiding hair?
I've done it a fair few times. Did you need help?
Very much so. Can you braid my hair while I eat? Because I just had a
Sure.
very long day yesterday, and I just don't want to braid my hair today. But as you can see, I have a lot.
He chuckles to himself, and you kind of get like the expression on his face that this isn't the first time he's had to like indulge the whims of like a childish little girl. and so he just kind of chuckles and nods, and he'll start to braid your hair.
Nice. Can Cereza hand him like a brush?
Yeah, if you have one, I guess.
I mean, I feel like Cereza would carry around
Yeah,
a brush.
I
She's got
imagine
so
so,
much hair.
And she's like, okay, good. Make sure not to pull my hair.
I mean, he's good at it. He's done it all the time, so
Good. She's just warning him anyway.
he just nods and kind of chuckles.
She's like probably like sitting. If she's sitting at a seat, she's probably like kicking her feet.
Yeah, you sit down here and he'll stand behind you.
Just a clarifying question. How old, like, in human years is Cereza?
She is 23.
Okay, alright. That's what I remembered she was in her 20s.
Yeah, no, she's not
Nope.
a child. She just
Not a
is
child.
as tall as a child and behaves like a child sometimes. But,
Exactly.
so yeah, it's more like he's seeing some echoes of his sister. He doesn't actually think you're a child or anything.
Mm-hmm. Boy. That's right. Cereza's an adult.
Who can put her ego aside to ask for assistance braiding her hair. She's an adult, goddamn.
Adults know
That's
how to
right.
ask for help.
Yes.
Adults know when to
Right.
admit
Adults know when they need help.
It's very brave.
It's totally not
She's very
because she's
brave.
feeling very lazy today.
No, it is because she is brave and independent.
That's right. It's not because she's lazy.
Nope.
Nope.
Alright, so he takes a moment to do that. You take a moment to eat. Leah, you just staying warm by the fire? What are you up to?
She's kind of just staring.
All right. And the others are doing this scene over here. But sooner rather than later.
Oh, a drama.
Yeah. Sooner rather than later. Sarisa, you finish your meal. Valerio finishes braiding your hair. He did a decent job. It's not like exactly how you would have done it, just because he can't read your mind. But it's close enough. He's seen your hair before, so he's tried to emulate that.
Nice. And then she puts that little snake rattle thing that she has on the end of it.
She's like, you did a pretty good job.
He chuckles and nods and says that, well, I did my best. Is that thing at the end of your braid not heavy, though?
Huh. I don't know, I'm kind of used to it by now.
Huh.
I guess I do wear a lot of heavy things, don't I? She's kind of looking at, she's like feeling her little giant headpiece that she wears. Like all the bangles and stuff she wears. It's like, I think I'm just used to it. Maybe it is kind of heavy.
Yes, you're certainly not shy for jewelry. It's quite a sight, to be honest. I'm not used to seeing that much gold.
Why, thank you. I have a very good eye for gold.
You must
of
have a
course.
very strong neck, too. He just kind of points at your headband thing and your clasp behind.
Why, thank you.
She looks like her mood has improved greatly from these compliments.
Fonta's Valerio pickpocket some of the gold. No, Valerio is defined by his inability to steal anything, I think. That's why you're helping him, is because he's a shit
Yeah, bro is
thief.
struggling.
He's an upstanding citizen.
He's a good talker. He can talk his way out of anything, but he can't. He's not a cat robber. He's not a cat burglar. He's a little clumsy.
Aww.
He can braid hair though. He's good at that.
Yeah. And what more would you want in a man?
World's most perfect man.
So as Sarisa finishes her meal and her hair is finished, you all sort of congregate near the door. And as you all group up, Valerio just kind of looks, defers to you guys and says, so, where to first?
I unfurl my map.
Yeah.
I need like a sound effect.
Oh!
Thinking that. I
Yeah.
was just thinking that.
I don't know. What does spell sound like?
Oh, you know what? I could probably
You're not asleep in your bed?
make the map autoplay a sound effect.
There.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I'll do that.
We should probably drop off the
The gold,
chest
yes.
of gold first, and then
Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
figure out the best way to go. Well, okay, wait. Where is Leah's house?
Good
Yeah,
question,
sure.
Leah.
oh yeah,
I don't know. I told you vaguely.
Just
I don't
circle
know.
it. Just circle it.
I can't remember what I said.
Okay,
where, but I.
So
I
for
said,
starters, I think we said somewhere before, but it doesn't truly matter. But so this would be like the noble section of town. So that'd be the rich area, right? Up north.
Yeah.
The further north you go, the more ritzy it is. So if you think it would be that direction, then take that into account. If you think it's the opposite direction, then go southern. Probably not in the Wash, because that would be like really sketchy side of town. But anywhere else, Artisan District, around Merchants Round, anywhere kind of in that area, seems like it fits pretty well. So please let me know. You can just pick the district. We don't have to circle a specific house if you don't want, but
I would say probably in the Artisan District near Candle Tree. Ish.
fair enough. There would be sort of like a bit of a congregation of kind of arcane people in that area. Because not only would some of the
Like,
artisans be using magic,
this side?
but the Candle Tree scholars would live in that area. And so yeah, it would kind of be a bit of a hot spot for wizards.
Because like also like here near the like where it opens out into the water, maybe.
Like under
Possible?
the canal.
Yeah,
Sorry,
like
I had the thing
no, it's
pulled down
okay.
while you were
No, it's
pinging
okay.
it. Just ping it one more time.
Like here.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, yeah, that works.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So yeah, just circle that house then, so we can remember. And so you would want to go to St. Hawthorne's first to drop off the money,
Yeah.
and then go down towards Leah's place, who's on the way towards Gaunt's shipping warehouse.
Question:
So.
Do we all need to go together to drop off the gold and get Leah clothes? Because I don't think Leah should wander around naked either.
She isn't.
Yeah.
But
She's not naked. Can I?
I mean, she's gonna
Can
walk
she
into
take
the church
something
in
from
just
the
a vest.
disguise kit?
I mean, it is a very large vest. It is essentially a dress made of fur. So it is covering everything, but
Yeah, I
it's not
can
exactly
see it.
it's not exactly a beautiful vestment or anything like that.
Like it's up to you
don't-
guys whether
yeah,
you
don't
want to
all have
split
to
or
go
not.
together. You
I'm
can split
not.
if you
Yeah.
want, but if everybody wants to be involved in
Ooh.
every scene, I don't mind you all just going together. I always feel a little sad because whenever you split the party, it's like if someone has some good idea that they want to say, they just have to shut up, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I'm down for anything, guys.
It's not like either of these errands are going to take a long time. I mean, they will for us.
I can find
because-
her leggings in the disguise kit, and she can wear leggings with the vest.
You can also just disguise selfie again.
Waste a spell
That's an
slot.
option.
Nah, I'll just take the legging.
They're probably like really. They're oh my god! You know what they are? They're the FF14 Bard pants. The clown
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
Gabby,
they're
do you
like-
hate me?
They're like
hate
stripy.
me.
Well, it's like it's like a disguise set. It's got like kind of like thespians clothing, so it'd be like
Oh,
Yeah, like it's not gonna
Kinda
be like a
gestury.
couture.
Alright. So Leah looks ridiculous, guys.
Yes.
No, I feel like it could be a look if you wear it with confidence.
Sure. It's a
Sure.
sleigh.
If you squint really hard, you can't
minute
notice that it looks
sleigh.
horrible.
Minute sleigh. 3/4
Like
sleigh.
1/3 sleigh.
Like 1/3 sleigh.
All right, so you gonna head to Hawthorne's first?
Yeah.
All right, I'll quickly. Let's draw a little route so that I can remember it for next time. So up here, and then back down, across the way, and all the way down. Yeah, we'll just jump right over that house. And then we'll say this house here. And then back towards warehouse. Alright. So, you guys set out with Valerio in tow, winding your way through the city. By now, everything's kind of alive in the city. It's into the early afternoon, so people are, hard at work. You can see, construction crews working on thatching and building houses, and people wandering around to and fro, lugging merchandise, and fishermen returning from voyages. And you eventually wind your way up along the canal towards St. Hawthorne's, and before you know it, you see the steeple of the church pointing up over the other buildings, and you make your way inside. Where is the church map? I don't even know. Somewhere around here. It's been a while. I lose track. Whenever we don't go to a map for a while, I lose track of where it is in the grand scheme of things. In my giant tray of... Oh, we really haven't been here for a while. It's the old It's the old images.
Gads.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then also Valerio. Okay, I'll copy you here so I don't have to do this every time, because that took too long. Alright. Copied. But I gotta do one last thing. Oh. We're here at night? Why is everybody gone?
I think we were there last at night.
I think so, yeah, because everybody else is gone, and that's usually what me making sure that there's less people involved when it's at night. There we go. Alright, here we go. So yeah, you push open the heavy doors to the cathedral and make your way inside. It's relatively empty, as the church usually is, in the middle of the day like this. And you just see a few of the sisters kind of wandering around, taking care of little things, tidying up after a couple of patrons left, scripture on the pews. You do see across the room a familiar face who is being taught just like the proper cleaning procedure. She's dusting the statue, and one of the nuns is teaching her.
It worked, Sarisa. Look at that.
Let's go! Get converted.
I think if like visually like it goes into defense stance.
So as you enter the church, what do you do? I'll say Sister Charity's kind of like distracted. She's like dusting part of the organ here, and so she hasn't noticed yet. But what do you guys do?
I would go grab her, go tap her on the shoulder.
No. She kind of jumps a little bit because she was sort of bent over cleaning underneath the organ when you walked up. But she turns around and goes, "Oh, hello. Do you have news?"
Yes. Sorry for scaring you. I would like to say we have a bit better than
It's all
news.
right.
We've brought you something. And I'll gesture to Kgox.
I set the chest down when Anthena motions to me.
She kind of walks a little closer to the chest and says, "What is And if you open it for her, then she
Vanna White it.
her eyes go a little bit wide. She says, "Is that all the coin from the blackmail?"
Yes.
Oh, you. She still looks a little bit stunned. You got it all back, then?
Yes, and she kind of, and her like voice cracks when she says this, but she's like, and they won't be bothering you again.
Oh. She kind of like, you see her eyes darken a little bit at that comment.
And Dina's not looking at her in the eyes. She's kind of got her head hung.
But then she kind of like, she takes a little breath and just says, "I understand. I asked a hard thing of you, I imagine."
I can't say it was the right way to handle it. But in the moment, it's just what happened.
Well, I am grateful either way. You've done something You've done something unbelievably kind for us. And I don't know that I can really ever repay the debt that we owe you. We would have had to close down the church without your help.
It's not a debt. This gold is yours. It was never meant to be taken from you. It was given to you. And now it's back in its rightful place. So that's all of the payment we need.
Still, I feel guilty for making you do the bulk of the work. For our sake, would you let me assuage some of that guilt with a gift?
I mean, you really don't have to, but if it would help you to feel better.
I know I don't need to, but it would make me feel better.
Then by all means.
So she kind of starts to walk over to this cabinet and begins to rifle through it. Seriously, you scamper over to Eye Patch, as you're calling her.
She has a name. We did learn it.
Did we?
Pop quiz,
Oh,
what's
sorry.
her name? Rika, what's her name right now? Rika, what's her name?
Triss! It's Triss! It has to be.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes! Score 1 for me!
So you scamper over to Triss, who isn't really looking at you when you walk up. She's looking at the sister. And she kind of jumps a little bit when someone randomly just kind of hugs her. And when she turns around, she goes like sheet white. She's terrified of you.
She's terrified of me!
Yeah, but you know that lasts for like a second, where she goes sheet white, and then there's a part of her that kind of relaxes a little bit and says, I did do as you asked.
Sarisa looks up at her, and she's got big old tears in her eyes. Her bottom lip is wobbling. Right? She looks relieved for some silly little reason. And it's like, oh, thank goodness, I gambled and what?
Triss kind of like sheepishly scratches the back of her neck, not really sure how to react to either you hugging her or sobbing. She's a bit awkward in terms of both of those, and she just she scratches the back of her neck and just says, "They were kind to me here. They let me stay the night here after I left," and she just kind of gestures towards the door. After I left that mess, but they were kind to me. I'd not received much of that kindness before in my life, and so I thought at least I could do was... She kind of like stares at the ground a little bit, stick around and help clean up a little bit.
I'm really truly happy for you. Thank goodness. I truly hope that Fortuna continues to smile upon you.
You see her quickly glance at Sister Corinne, who just kind of like gives her an encouraging nod. And then Triss turns back to you and just says, and upon you as well. And then she just very awkwardly pats your shoulder.
I understand. Sarisa looks like a crazy person right now. Understandable.
In the church of her lady, no less.
Sorry, Fortuna's kind of a wild card anyway, so she's here for it.
That's true. Actually, she would have
think. Yeah, I was just thinking, You know, I think Fortuna would be like a-okay with this, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right?
It's a touching moment of religious zealotry.
Yeah.
Religious zealotry.
It's
Amen.
true. So yeah, Sarisa stops hugging her and is just trying to calm down now. And she's got big old tears just running down her eyes.
Yeah. Triss keeps like kind of awkwardly glancing between you and then Sister Corinne and then back at you. And then she just kind of mumbles like, I should probably finish dusting the statue.
Okay. You're sorry for bothering you.
Now she feels really like
No,
embarrassed and
it's not
shy.
Not a bother or anything like that. I just she just kind of like stands there for almost like a full minute. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at this sort of thing.
No, it's okay. I'm just really relieved that you're okay after everything that happened.
And she just kind of gives you a small nod before she turns away, and she just says, I'm relieved that I'm okay too. Thank you. And then before she can be any more awkward, she kind of forces herself to turn away. And she
And
gets back to
Cerise-
work.
Yeah, Cerise's just gonna kind of sit right here. She looks like a child lost in a Walmart. She just big old tears rolling down her
Feet
face.
don't touch the ground on the pew.
Teresa.
So over in the other corner, Sister Charity is she finishes rifling around through the cupboard, and she pulls out something. It's kind of like a metal object, and she blows a bunch of dust off of it, and then holds it up by a little handle on the top. And as she holds it up, you can see that it's a sort of hooded lantern. And she says, well, we've not had too much use for this, but it is a blessed artifact of Our Lady, so perhaps you might have more use for it than us. And she holds it out to whoever wants to take it.
And Theta will take it, but she'll take it very delicately and is kind of still like holding it out. And she'll kind of look up to her. She's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, I couldn't possibly take a blessed artifact from a church."
The most use it's gotten over the past 100 years, maybe, is used as a reading lantern. So I do think it'll have more use in your hands, at least for its intended purpose. The lantern itself is a fairly old looking, a very archaic design, and it's made from relatively sturdy metal, and it's delicately filigreed along the side in these little patterns that form along sort of the circular top of the lantern, where the hood starts to form, is the emblazoned icon of the wheel.
Oh, cool. I think Anthea will kind of like clutch it really close to her chest. It's not on, is it?
No, it's not right.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I didn't think so, but so kind of hold it like so carefully and tightly.
Yeah, Sister Charity kind of gives you like a bow of her head and says, it's really the least I can do after what you've done for the church. You've really saved all of us. It's an old artifact. They say that, well, as a blessed lantern, it drives away the undead.
Athena's eyes kind of like widen, but she doesn't. She tries to suppress that, and she goes, "Oh, wow. Well, that's incredible, and I thank you so much for giving this to us. I'm sure it will be very useful in our adventures."
Like I said, I do think it'll find more use in your hands than mine. And thank you again, and pass along my thanks to the others. She kind of looks past you for a sec to where Leah and Valeria are waiting by the door, and then she looks across to Sarisa, who just looks like a lost child. Oh, is your friend all right?
I'm not sure, to be honest. We'll check on her.
You needs must tend to her. Thank you again, and if there's anything we can do for you, if you need a place to stay, if you need medicine, please do let us know. We can help.
Thank you. And thank you for all the help you do for everybody. And her eyes kind of like, they glint to the door out here, and then they also glance over this way. And then she looks back.
And she kind of gives you another, like, relatively formal bow, and says, "May Fortuna smile upon you."
And you as well.
And she will return to her cleaning.
Question am I allowed to like go out to like the courtyard area? You don't actually have to put me out there, but like, is that something that you have to request to do, or is it like kind of an open door type situation?
I mean, they're not like off limits. They're just the gardens out back and the graveyard. Typically, I think the sisters would rather know when someone's back there so that they can help them like find the grave that they're looking for, or just ask if they need anything, or just keep them company. But you guys are more than friends to the church, so they would not bat an eye at you just walking out there.
Okay, I think and you don't actually have to take us out there, but Anthena would go out there for just a couple minutes, and yeah. With the lantern.
Very well. Leah, you just hanging out by the door?
Yeah, she's just kind of chilling, just kind of watching everything unfold.
Yeah, alright, well, Valeria does basically the same thing.
Is Teresa still crying?
He
Yes.
mumbles something vaguely about how in Al-Zahar they worship Imus, and he just kind of he's trying to make small talk. He's never seen a Church of Fortuna before.
Yeah, Leah kind of looks back at him and is like, "Yeah, I didn't come here much as a child, so my mentor wasn't big on Fortuna, so..."
He's trying to make small talk. He's just,
Yeah.
nice place though. Tall ceilings.
Yeah, they got sunflowers. It's nice.
The stained glass is nice.
Yup. She looks a little very, very kind of out of place here.
So I
Looks
think
a little
I
awkward.
think mostly everybody's waiting for you, Anthena. So you tell
Yeah.
us when you want to leave.
Sorry, guys.
No,
It's not a
all
long
good.
time, but she comes back in. She's clearly been crying, but like has wiped her tears off and is kind of like hardened her face a little bit. Still has the lantern. And we'll hold on. We'll walk over to Sarisa and show her the lantern. Or she'll hold it out in front of her.
Oh, what's this?
a blessed object of Fortuna, I'm told.
Where'd you get that?
Kind of like points over at Sister Charity.
Really?
It's ours. I'm not stealing. I promise. It was given in thanks for helping them with the problem.
Yeah, no, I didn't think you'd be that dumb.
Kind of. She takes a step back at that. Ignoring that pointed comment.
Can I look at it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, does Cereza notice anything extra or anything neat?
Well, you get the
About the-
impression that it's clearly like a sanctified artifact, so it's been blessed. You get that feeling of gravitas when you hold it. That tends to come over you in places of worship, specifically towards Fortuna. But you can religion check it if you want me to tell you more about the specific lantern.
Oh, yes, please. Religion.
We are. Ooh, an 18.
All right. So you would have heard of lanterns that were crafted and then blessed like this. Every church tends to have one or two of them. Not even just purely Fortuna, though this is specifically, clearly crafted in worship of Fortuna. You would know that churches kind of tend to just have these in general. Not particularly rare. This isn't a one of a kind, but it's also not the most common thing in the world. You wouldn't find them sold in shops. They tend to be held a little highly by a church. They would keep them safe, even if they didn't have a reason to use them. And so this sort of holy lantern, when lit, it casts a glow like a standard lantern, but within 20 feet of a circular radius of this sort of blue light that the lantern emits, all undead within that radius, while it's lit specifically, will take damage every turn that they stay in it.
Really nice. So Cereza will relay all this information to Anthena through sniffles and such.
She nods. She nods.
And with all the stuff we've been dealing with, I think you should keep it close to you. I can deal with undead to a degree, but it's safer than sorry, I suppose.
It sounds like a very good idea. I'll carry it with us.
Yeah, these sort of lanterns would be carried by clerics often when they go on like a longer pilgrimage, or if they're going to an area known for undead, or if they're clearing out undead on behalf of members of their flock. But typically carried because a cleric by themselves can only do so much to turn the undead. Sometimes you need that assistance, right?
Yeah, and Cereza will say, besides, you're newly converted, so this is a nice little gift, I suppose.
And Thea kind of smiles a little bit the first time in like a day, and she kind of laughs. She's like, yes. If I'd have known I'd gotten gifts, I would have converted a long time ago.
Well, the caveat of the lantern is that because they are crafted with that filigreed sort of metal plating, and the sigil is emblazoned on it, to light the lantern, you do have to be a genuine hearted follower of that religion.
Well,
Ah. And how did you determine that?
Can you light the lantern?
Oh!
Oh, can you?
That's a question for you to answer.
I want to say not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Because I don't want to just cop out and say yes, because I don't think it's true. But it's not that she doesn't want to. She just doesn't. I feel like she doesn't know enough about Fortuna yet, to be honest. She agreed to be a convert, what, like 2 days ago? So, you know. let her do some research. But we can come back to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think she kind of like looks at it and tries, but it doesn't quite work.
Doesn't work.
Don't be
Oh my gosh, the word just left my brain.
I will say, Sarisa, you would know the reason why the lantern didn't light, but unless you said it out loud, Anthena might not. So you would know why it didn't work for her, but Anthena wouldn't necessarily know why it didn't work for her right there. So it's up to you whether or not you want to share why it didn't work.
Would you tell her?
Sarisa will say, "No, don't be discouraged. I'm positive that you will be able to light it soon."
Oh, okay. Is it some kind of special spell?
You'll see.
All right. And she'll kind of like hold it again, like up to her, but now she's like inspecting it, and she's kind of like staring at it for a long time. Probably in her head, trying to get it to light, but.
All right. So either of you can hold on to the lantern. It doesn't particularly matter.
What do you think, Rika?
I think Anthena should hold on to it because I already got a cool staff. I want to like be hoard. I don't want to like hoard all like the new stuff that makes me feel greedy. And I think it'd be really cool for Anthena.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm picturing a cool RP moment where it lights.
Yes! Yes! I am too!
When I take a cleric level.
Yes, yes, yes. It'll be sick.
So with that, the two of you are ready to leave. Are you gonna head out?
Can I wave goodbye to Triss?
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of like sit there for a little bit and wait until she's kind of in between dusting a certain part, and when she kind of naturally turns back towards you, and you catch her good eye. And you give her kind of a small wave, and she stops and she stares at you for a moment, and Sister Corinne is saying something to her, but she's clearly not paying attention. And there's like kind of like maybe 10 seconds of just her sort of staring at you, and you see just kind of a little bit of shimmer to her eyes, and then she gives you the same wave back, and then kind of forces herself to turn away really quickly, almost out of like shame.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. Anthena kind of like looks down, and she'll stand up and get ready to leave. I'll grab K-Gox on the way out. Not that he needs grabbing, but he might be asleep.
As you go to get K-Gox, I just kind of grab Anthena's hand.
She grabs your hand back.
And I'm just going to study Anthena's features. Just gonna like stare at her for a long time.
She's kind of like looking up at you, just like with her head cocked to the side, but I don't think she's...
Oh, he's sitting down.
Oh, probably still looking. I mean, let's be honest.
Probably, yeah. He's 8 feet tall. He's 8 feet tall. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think she's still, even at half height, she's looking up at him, and she's kind of like... not doing the same, but she's like looking up in confusion, but isn't gonna like be weirded out. And she'll squeeze your hand.
He squeezes it back, but he's struggling to kind of like picture you.
Would she know that he's like? Would she clock that?
He looks visibly confused.
She'll message you, and she'll be like, "Is everything okay?"
Just trying not to forget.
Her face visibly like kind of scrunches up. She's like, what do you mean?"
Just your face and how you are. I don't want to forget how you are.
I feel like she doesn't understand exactly like I don't know, the gravity of that. And so she's just kind of taking it as like a sentimental thing. And she'll just kind of squeeze his hand again and message, "Well, I don't want to forget you either, K-Gox, and I don't plan on it."
And he kind of nods, and then as he lets go, it's like one of those grips where the hand just kind of like falls away and doesn't like naturally move out of the way. It just kind of like falls out of her grip, and he lets out a sigh, and then hands on knees, pats his knees, and stands up.
Well,
are we going now?
goodbye. Yes, I think I'm ready to go for now, anyway.
I nod and I follow.
All right. So the three of you make your way back towards the door where Mario and Leah are just taking turns exchanging extremely awkward comments.
Cold floor, nice pews.
I like the pattern in the floorboards.
It is quite pleasing to look at.
And then they both look back at you three, relieved that somebody else is here to talk.
Athena will kind of like hold up the lantern, and she's got a bit of. She still looks like kind of distressed and distracted and tired and all that thing, but she's kind of got like, I don't know, a bit of lightness to her features, and she'll kind of like hold up the lantern and be like, "Look what we got."
A lantern?
Not just any lantern, or so I'm told. And she'll kind of, Cerisa.
Yes, Cerisa shall fill them in on the really cool lantern that they got.
Nice. I assume that means that they've received their payment. Their not payment, but
They're gold, yes.
the gold back. Yes. Well, that's good.
Yes, and I just hope that all's well that ends well. You know, hopefully they won't be having any more issues.
Well, there was nobody else involved in the whole blackmailing scheme, so I doubt there'll be any lingering issues.
I hope so.
We'll deal with them if there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time anyone's ever said that in all of Grand Lorient. So that phrase has been coined.
That
Thanks for
Snake spirit.
Oh my god.
I love that.
Booyah.
Cannon.
Cannon.
Put it in the
Cannon,
world,
no.
Anvil.
Yep, snake spear.
Snake spear!
All right. And
Beautiful. Let's
so
go.
with everybody gathered, you make your way outside. I think that's where we'll wrap up for today, because we're already overtime.
It's the old tokens.
Oh yeah, it is.
Hold our jump scare. Ah, ah.
Smited. So yeah, you make your way back outside and turn your attention back south along the canal to head towards Leah's house.
Via house.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Sounds
we'll,
like
we'll pick back up. We'll start with that next session. But for now, we will wrap up here. So
Oh yeah.
I think the bigger text is nice. It helps. I'll
Mhm.
I'll kind of configured it a little bit so that it's less chopped, less cut off. But it is easy to read, so I'm glad. So let's head over here, back to chatting. So I believe we said already it's a no for next week, right?
Yeah. So sorry, guys.
ridiculous.
I'll send
Guys.
you cool pictures from the beach. It'll be like Marin Hall IRL.
Yeah. Yeah, real life Marinol.
All right. Yeah, it's not a big deal. We will just take the week off and we'll find something else to do. All right. So, well, that's really all we've got for tonight. So we can call it a night here. It was a good session. We Leah got naked and sat in a troll's lap.
Yep. Who was not
Classic.
interested?
We
He's gay.
saved the eternal soul of a random pirate. We
Heck yeah.
acquired a lantern. Lots happened. But we will call it a night here, and we'll pick up for more hijinks next time, which won't be next week. But we will have another stream, at least one more stream this week. As long as everything's good, Rico, we still doing Night Rain tomorrow?
Yes.
I think Blue
I
is
had
fine,
double-
right? So as long as it's good for you, we should be good.
Yes. I had to double check my calendar. I couldn't remember. Yeah, we said tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was
yeah, we did.
scared that I wrote it down wrong for a second.
No, we said tomorrow. All right, so
Yes,
tomorrow will
okay.
be more Night Rain, specifically because we want to play the new hard mode, Gaping Jaw Hard,
Heck yeah.
Gaping Jaw Extreme, Gaping Jaw Savage. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if we beat it tomorrow, or if we just spend 6 hours losing to that same boss, or if we're gonna actually beat it first try. Never mind, we're gonna beat it first try.
Yeah, first try. First try. We got it.
So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Probably what, 7, something like that. We usually do 7.
Yeah, we usually do 7.
All right, but there'll be a tweet. So yeah, that's what's coming up tomorrow. Look forward to that. Should be good. We're experts at that game. We're absolutely cracked now, so we're gonna beat it first
Totally.
try. We definitely are not rusty at all. None of us have played since last time we streamed it, so we're definitely not
Totally.
rusty.
That's right.
All right. So that's all for tonight. Let's see. Let's see if there's anybody to raid into. Got some friends. We do have some friends who are alive, so let's send you guys in the direction of one of them. Let's go. You know what? We haven't raided Ripley in a while. Let's raid Ripley. I believe she is working on a live 2D model of a vampire. So that should be very interesting. So go say hello, be polite. You guys know the drill. Be nice, be polite. Don't do anything that I would hate you for doing. There, that's the rule.
There we go.
But other than that, Slash tucks you in, Slash kisses your little forehead and reads you a bedtime story. Have a good night, chat. Take care. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.